Are we live?
Welcome, everybody,
Welcome.
to A Week in Technology. I'm Josh with TektopiaTV, and
I'm Justin,
momentarily
the ghost.
you'll see Justin walk through his door. There he is!
Look at that.
So anyway, welcome everyone that's not here. We just started. So yes, it's going to be a lovely show. We have like a bajillion articles to discuss because I couldn't help myself and I just kept adding more.
Yeah.
Figured why the hell not? Oh, I know one reason why. You can't hear me very well because my mic is way over here.
Yeah. I wondered why it was weird. I was like...
There we go. That's a little bit better now, probably.
Yeah, quite a bit better.
All right, and I also noticed one other thing that I probably should have done, but I guess I'm late enough because my screens are like all up in my face.
New,
I didn't turn on my light up top, but yeah. Oh, dude.
Ergo Tech or whatever.
Ergo Tech triple monitor. Oh my god, it's amazing.
Indeed.
I
Seemed
love it.
comfy. I liked it.
Yeah, I know. I was so surprised by that. I'm just like sitting there playing, or I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was watching something on YouTube or whatever, probably. And then, my phone vibrated, and I was talking to Kristen about something or whatever, and then all of a sudden, a little notification popped down from Twitter, and it's like ErgoTech retweeted, and then it said, and then another one came up, and it said ErgoTech favorited your video or your post or whatever, and I was like, huh? And then I saw Tektopia TV, and I'm like, what? So then I went and looked at it or whatever, and yeah, they retweeted my video and my review that I did for their stand and favorited it.
That's awesome.
And it's already jumped up like 12 views since they've done that. So I was like, yes. So I got on Twitters and I did @ErgoTech group, or whatever, and I was like, wow, thanks for liking my video or whatever, and I went back and looked at it like a couple minutes later, or like an hour or two later, and realized that my phone corrected it to looking. So it says, thank you for looking my video, it makes me look really retarded, thank you, fucking Google.
I'm telling you, man, my Google keyboard screws me up all the time.
I swear they do it just a freaking troll, man, sometimes. Because sometimes you're clearly swiping in the correct word and it comes out wrong. I don't get it.
I hate it. Indeed.
All right. So anyway, here we are with episode 7.
What can we do when we run out of fingers?
I'll pull my toes out, I guess.
That's what I was thinking about on the way home. I was like, what are we going to do?
You'll start putting your fingers up.
I forget the numbers. Oh, yeah.
When we get to 13, I'll hold up 10 and you can hold up 3. All right. So anyway, I guess we'll just. Oh, actually, let's before we dive into the articles, let's.
I realized how bad I need a haircut.
Let's chat it up.
Really.
Yeah, I know. It's like you look like a true neckbeard, friend.
Yeah, I'm totally. I look like a homeless guy now.
Yeah, you need to trim it up a little bit. But anyway, so usually at the beginning of the show, we kind of just talk about randomness that's happened throughout the week or whatever with us. So has anything crazy changed with you as far as tech-related things? I know you haven't bought anything, but...
I did. I bought an AK. As I was waiting for you to come on Skype.
Is it going to be protected by PayPal?
It is, according to our last time. Well, no, not.
That was
not
4 episodes ago.
they're working towards that, but I don't think they specifically said.
Damn, it hasn't started yet. Oh, okay. But yeah, nothing really has changed other than the ErgoTech, which if you go to my the channel Tektopia TV on YouTube, you can see a nice little review of it. The ErgoTech triple monitor stand. That's probably the most. Well, actually, that is the most recent thing that I've purchased, and I absolutely love it. It's awesome. It's nice and solid. I could shake my desk and the monitors just moves ever so slightly. Whereas before,
like mine.
I would just bump it.
Oh my god, it's earthquake.
Yeah, I would bump it and you could hear the stands going clunk, 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 clunk. And I'm like, oh my god. So this is nice and sturdy. This thing weighs a freaking ton.
I know, it looked really nice. I'm definitely want to get one.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it if I knew and know
Decide
anybody
on
that has
monitors
it.
first.
Yeah.
I was totally dead set on getting those mono prices. I was like, man, they're cheap, they're good. But then that one review, well, the only review that I saw really, says that input lag was what, like 28 milliseconds or something ridiculous. So
Yeah, that really does suck.
I still want to almost test it, but I don't want to put $200 of my money out.
Yeah, I guess you could send it back.
Maybe I'll email
Sucks.
them and tell them, look, you send me what to review.
Yeah, that would be awesome, but I highly doubt they would do that.
We have 4 subscribers on our YouTube.
Hey, we have 11.
Oh, okay.
Give me some credit. We did break the 10-person barrier.
That might work.
We're a long
I was
way
really
off from going
surprised
out
how
further.
little reviews there are of that monitor. I mean, it came out in it's either March or February or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not super old, but I figured there'd be more reviews of it, but there's not.
Well, you got to remember when people are going 144 hertz or whatever, man, it's usually people that have money that are going 144 hertz, and then they're all like balls deep on freaking like BenQ.
But
think about it. The people that are using 144 hertz are most likely people that are like, I'm a pro gamer and a lot of that kind of stuff.
But
so
I think that
they get what the pros are using, which are BenQ.
From like a reviewer's standpoint, or like
I would do it. I mean, if I could get my hands on one,
I think you'd get a lot of hits from people checking out that video because a lot of people are interested.
Because it's
even
cheaper option.
just to compare to the cheaper price, even though they might not buy it. I mean,
right.
They want a comparison.
They can see if the BenQ is really worth that much more money over top of X monitor or whatever.
That's the thing. It's like, I mean, because they're the older model BenQ, the Z11 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ugly. I mean, it doesn't match the other monitors. That's the only thing that sucks if you get 3 of them. Because like the controls like stick down off the bottom. Well, I guess you can't really. But anyways, you can look it up. But the controls stick down off the bottom, so it doesn't look like any other monitors. If you do a 3 monitor setup, it kind of sucks.
Well, I would do all the same model anyway if I was going to do a triple.
I mean, but then you got to spend 3 BenQ.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if you could find like 2, unless that's what you're talking about, 144 hertz has different controls than the 60 hertz BenQs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't see
if the housing is similar, then that's fine. Like the Acer monitors I got.
The newer versions are all
you literally can't tell them apart. Like, I mean, even if I look at the outside here, the only thing that was different
was the base.
The base had like that burnt orange color on it. That was it. Like, you literally can't tell anything different about it whatsoever. Like, I figured they would do like the Acer logo at the bottom, like in that burnt orange as well, to like really like show which one it was. But nope, looks exactly the same, which is cool though. Yes. Which I prefer because they all look exactly the same. But the one in the middle is perfect for gaming because it's 144 hertz.
Yeah, the exact design doesn't bother me too much as long as the bezels are the same and the overall shape.
Yeah.
But another thing that sucks about the newer BenQ designs is all the controls are on the side. So if you do a triple monitor setup with your stand and put the bezels really close, and
I hate when they put the controls on the side.
I mean, I don't really mess with them anyways. I don't even turn off my monitors, to be honest. I just let them go to sleep when I turn on the computer. Yeah,
but the initial setup would suck, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, just slide it off to the side. It's not a huge deal, but
most likely, if you buy a triple monitor setup like tomorrow, you'd be rocking them on the stock basis for a while anyway before you bought the Ergotech stand. Yeah. So you would have the settings set up by the time that you got a stand anyway. Like me, I didn't change any of my settings because they were already set.
It's kind of sucks, but
yeah.
But I mean, the cheaper BenQ monitors are pretty cheap.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the cheaper BenQ monitors are pretty cheap, but no, the the Z11 or 11Z or whatever it is,
20. Oh yeah, 24.
That's 250 or no 270 or something like that. And then, so I mean, they're not too expensive. You can get the Asus 144 hertz. It's around 250 as well. I think the Acer is around 250. So I mean, It's not that much cheaper to get the mono price one, but but what's nice if I could just get 3 of them, then 3 144 hertz, it would have been fun. Not fun, but interesting, you know.
It would have been good for your racing stuff.
Yeah.
It would have been all smooth, is what I'm saying. Because if you have 144 hertz on the middle and 260s on the left and right or whatever, wouldn't that be a little funky? If you were doing this NVIDIA surround or whatever.
Just the way my,
because it'd be like really smooth in the middle and then really choppy on the sides.
I have to move my monitors constantly, so that's the only thing that would suck about that.
What do you have to move your monitors for?
I don't have to, but it's like, I don't know, if I'm going to do a triple surround, I want it to surround, not like...
Well, that's what I'm saying, like whenever you get to Ergotech is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, but I got to move them all the time. I don't know if I want to...
Why would you have to move them all the time, though?
It's like...
They're surrounding me right now. I mean, I don't have to move them.
Stand 5 feet back. It's not surrounding you, then.
Well, no, the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you have like one of those actual setups where like the monitors are mounted on...
Well, yeah, man, I could move the base onto or closer and set it up like that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because don't you have that platform that you put on it where the steering wheel goes?
That's what
you could just put the Ergotech base on that.
That's what I'm saying. I have to move my monitors constantly. It's kind of annoying.
I don't know. I mean, you move them forward, you set them on the base, you play 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of streaming of that, and then you move them back and you're done.
Play like 15 minutes of games and then you're done.
Bullshit. No, you don't. All right. Speaking of gaming, which this has nothing to do with, we're going to go into the first article, I guess. So, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, messed up.
Oh, no! Hold on a second.
Twice.
Nice.
You gotta move escape.
Why do I...
What do you do? Oh, you do a monitor capture.
Yeah, hold on. I know what it did. I have these on the wrong windows. I forgot that I had it on this monitor and you were over on the other side. Hold on, friend.
This guy, I told him I was waiting for him to get on 30 minutes beforehand.
What? I have it right.
No, we're all set up. We're good.
It's
just
right.
Just need 2 seconds.
It's right. It's perfectly fine. It's already fixed. Except for now I need to do this. And I need to switch it to... Oh no, that one's right. Yeah, you're good. You can still see that screen. That's the one you want to see. All right, so yeah, we're back to normal now. We're all good. Okay, so the first one is the Intel Broadwell CPUs, which is really retarded. I saw this, the official thing of all this or whatever on Linus's thing last Friday. Okay. And they were cracking up laughing about it because it's so off the freaking wall that it like makes no sense. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. Well, I mean, think about it. Okay, so first of all, they have the new i5s and the new i7, and they're 5775C and 5675C.
Yeah.
Like, for like the past like 7 million generations, it's always ended with a 0, not a 5. So why is it ending with a 5 now? So that's weird. A C designates that it's unlocked instead of a K for the first time in like 7 generations, which makes no fucking sense. And apparently the C is an LGA 1150, so there's only like 2 desktop models. They have the i5 and the i7.
And they're all unlocked.
And they're all, yeah. So...
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the BGA ones are unlocked or not. Because it says the C models are unlocked, but it doesn't say that the R models are.
But they're not interchangeable CPUs. They're soldered CPUs.
They're soldered CPUs, so I don't think they're unlocked.
Or unless they mean... I don't know, I just assumed when I was reading the article it was soldered on the board, like they weren't interchangeable. Not like the heat spreaders.
Yeah.
Like
it
on
says
the old
that they're
CPUs,
soldered onto the PCB, but that doesn't mean that they're unlocked.
No. But I mean, I don't know. It's like...
I don't think BGA ones usually come unlocked because they're not really meant for overclocking and doing super cool benchmarking.
I mean, are they going to sell boards now with soldered on processors? I mean, it just seems weird. They're completely changing their business.
That's what I'm saying. This whole fucking thing makes no sense
Yeah.
at all. It's like really freaking confusing. But they do have a lower TDP. So there's 65 watt TDP instead of the 84 to 95 for the i5 and i7 of the Haswell chips. So it is a lower TDP.
Is very I don't like. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. But the DDR3. I mean, I figured everything would be DDR4. They'd be pushing that now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the memory says DDR3.
Mm-hmm. So
I mean, I'm sure it supports DDR4.
Again,
but
this is like not really too smart anyway. Because I mean, I guess I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's very smart because you got to remember Skylake is coming out extremely soon. And that's going to be the new big one.
I was thinking this was like the same thing as Skylake.
No, this is like the in-between shit that probably shouldn't even have been released. They probably should have just not even bothered releasing these, to be quite honest.
What is this replacing then? I mean,
nothing.
What's the market for these? Yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, oh man, they're going from 4 gigahertz down to 3.3 gigahertz. For the i7, I mean, that's really crappy. I mean, I hope
none of these have hyper-threading either.
Fast. Well, the i7 does.
It says that none of them have hyper-threading.
i5s don't.
Oh, for the Core i5 models, yeah, okay. So there's no hyper-threading in the i5s, but the i7 has hyper-threading.
Yeah, that's how it is now.
And where did it say that? Oh, I forgot. Let me see. I thought it said somewhere. Maybe they went to another article or something, but they ended up going somewhere that the pricing for this thing was absolutely retarded. It was something like it was expensive. Like it made no sense to go this way versus another processor. It really makes no sense. But anyway, they're coming.
To be honest, I don't know too much about the Intel structure or whatever, but what are these processors replacing? I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Because I mean, now you have the Haswell. Is it Haswell or no?
Haswell's what you have now.
Blue Devil, Blue Canyon. What is it?
Yeah.
Devil's Canyon. I don't know. Mortar processor.
But Devil's Canyon is Haswell chips, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like a refresh.
They're refreshed Haswell.
Yeah.
But it's still Haswell architecture. But like I don't know, it was something like just under like I swear to God, like the i7 was like just under $400 or something.
Yeah, it might have been a different article you were reading.
It was like super freaking expensive, and it's like, why would you go that way instead of another?
Unless these are like mobile processors. That's the only thing I could think of.
No, they're not mobile processors. It's LG. Yeah. It's LGA 1150, dude. It's the same chip as yours.
Yeah, I mean.
That's what I'm saying. Sure. This whole thing makes no sense.
What are mobile processors? I thought the same chipset. But I mean, yeah, these come in LGA, so I guess you could slap one on. But I know.
Well, mobile isn't going to be LGA. It says desktop LGA 1150 models.
Yeah.
It's a desktop CPU. It just makes no freaking sense.
Yeah. I don't understand what they're trying to do with these.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was.
Okay, I agree with the Linus and them. This is dumb.
Yeah, because it's like the only thing I could think of, like, because normally there's more versions of things as well, and now they're only releasing like 2 for desktop. Yeah. So it's like they were like, Skylake is coming soon, and we already had these, so let's just put them out. You know what I mean? It just seems
why would they
really
even
weird.
Produce them? That's what I don't understand.
Because I think
why would they?
Maybe these were supposed to be like a big deal until they've learned some new shit that they decided to put into Skylake instead of this. So they already had these made, so they're just kind of like, eh. But I mean, just everything about it, like the numbering and the C designation instead of K or X and ending. I mean, the whole thing just makes no sense to me.
And the Iris Pro, I've never even heard of those GPUs or IGP. It's GPU, right?
I think so.
Internal graphics processor.
Yeah, and it says with Intel Iris Pro graphics is what it says.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of that. It's always been, with
just
desktop
Intel.
CPUs, it's been Intel HD, blah, 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 whatever.
So let me see. Hold on. Let me open up another. Intel Iris Pro. Pro. Is there a number? No, it doesn't have a number.
6200 on the latest version.
This is 6200 is showing notebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're like notebook processors.
But it says it's a desktop.
LG maybe with coming out with unlocked notebooks for like gaming laptop or gaming notebooks or something.
But would that be LGA? Are they the same socket?
That's what I don't know. I'm not sure what the current ones are. I guess I could look it up.
This is 2014. This is like old. Intel Iris Pro 5200 graphics was back in 2013, so I guess it's been Iris Pro for a long time.
Yeah.
We just never heard of it called that. Yeah, they're talking about Iris Pro graphics back in freaking StarCraft, dude.
Yeah, StarCraft.
So Iris Pro graphics must have been around for like ever. Just never heard them call it that.
I think it might be geared more towards mobile, what's it called? Laptops. Who knows? Because, I guess people care about the TDP, but...
Codename Broadwell for desktop. For the first time, bringing Intel Iris Pro graphics to desktop-socketed, unlocked processors. So Iris Pro graphics were always in laptops.
Yeah.
Like beastly laptops.
So
and
I think
now
they're
finally
just trying to bring
it.
like super efficient desktop PCs out now, maybe, or something. I don't know. Because the low TDP and stuff like that. Because, I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. Like for a home server or something. I really don't know. But interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes no sense.
But yeah. So, are these officially going to be released in
mid-2015
or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. It says, while the processors are meant to offer an upgrade to the current desktop parts, they are not going to be a high-performance capable chip like the Devil's Canyon, which was built to handle higher overclocks and featured faster clock speeds. The replacement to the Devil's Canyon comes with Skylake S in Q3 of 2015.
Yeah.
So it's just like an oddball freaking thing. And like I said, maybe it's like, or like you said, maybe it's just like supposed to be like a efficient. It's got good capabilities, but it has a little bit better graphics than the old shitty Intel onboard graphics.
Well, I think the Intel onboard graphics are pretty good.
But
I think it's
apparently
just like
Iris Pro is better, is what I'm saying. Because they're like making a big deal. It's the first time they ever released Iris Pro graphics on desktop.
The only thing I think it was just because of the low power or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
And plugging into the wall.
All right. So on to the next one. Is Charter nears deal to buy Time Warner Cable. So this has actually been updated because apparently, or since I posted this one, they have gotten even closer to making the deal. Time Warner Cable accepted the deal. Charter accepted the deal. Now all they're waiting for is the FCC to say it's allowed. So that's what this little updated thing here is. So $55 billion merger, and it says that Comcast, walked away from it like a couple weeks ago for $45 billion. Comcast tried to buy them for, and Time Warner Cable told them to beat it. And so Charter came back with I think it was originally it started at 51 and then they went up to 55, and now it says that they sweetened it considerably this time around with an offer that values it at $75.7 billion. So ultimately, I guess Time Warner Cable is going to get $75.7 billion when this is all said and done.
Yeah, that's what they said. 14% over the close.
14% over their closing.
May 22nd or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I think they closed at like 100 and some, like low to mid hundreds, and then they bottom out for like 195 a share. Paid a pretty good penny for that, man.
It's really weird,
But yeah, they says that they have 23.9 million customers in 41 states.
I guess Time Warner doesn't want to be in the cable industry anymore. So they're trying to sell to whoever will buy it.
Well, that's what people were talking about today on Reddit. Like whenever I was reading comments about, oh, thanks for posting the links, by the way. Whenever they were talking about all of it or whatever, they were mentioning that Time Warner Cable and Charter are like old school cable providers. Like they're focused on cable provider, whereas like Comcast is just focused on like media in general. You know what I mean? Like Comcast is a lot more on like media. They're trying to get like a streaming type service going. They're trying to do all this crazy stuff and trying to work their way into the future, whereas Charter and especially Time Warner Cable is just so old school. Like they just don't want to go forward. So maybe it's like what you're saying, you know, maybe they're just ready to just, okay, we can't keep up with all these young people, so they just want to like pass it off. I don't know. Yeah. That's the way it seems, because they're not into any of that stuff. They're not into the streaming stuff. They're not into creating streamable channels and all that kind of junk.
Shift into internet, more towards internet rather than TV, and maybe they didn't buy enough infrastructure for the internet or something like that.
Or something, yeah.
Ship sinking. It's the only thing I could think of.
So and why it's still somewhat big. Name. Yeah.
But I mean, you would think the companies looking into that would realize what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
So they said after this is complete, Charter would be the nation's second largest operator with 24 million customers compared to Comcast's 27. Mm-hmm. So they'd be really close. Because you notice that though? Like, okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so it says, hold on. Charter said the merger will create a leading Okay. So Time Warner Cable doesn't have 23.9 million customers in 41 states. They will get, when they combine, 23.9 million. Okay. So that's why it's 24 million. I was going to say, I was like, wait a minute. So it's like 24 million customers. So Charter only has 100,000 people? Yeah. How the hell do you have $75 billion laying around when you only have 100,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
Never mind. So down here it says the sheer size of it could still be a concern, however, and if the deal doesn't come off, Charter could end up owing its larger rival nearly $2 billion in cancellation fees.
Yeah, that's what's really weird. You start reading about like this, and it's like there's like large shareholders that I think owns Comcast or whatever, and it's like there's some weird dealings going on. It makes me almost, I don't know, makes me want to put my tinfoil hat on and think there's something shady going on. But
yeah. Like, this is odd, too. It says, this deal makes all the sense in the world, the Comcast CEO says in a statement this morning, and he says, I would like to congratulate all the parties.
Yeah, I mean, it's super weird. What was it?
It's like they're all holding hands and singing Kumbaya as they make, like, shitloads of money.
Yeah.
It's just really weird. And I'll honestly be extremely surprised if the FCC allows it to go through. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't, I guess. But I don't know, man. Everything I've ever learned about monopolies back whenever I was in school screams out that this shouldn't happen. But
yeah. But I mean, technically, they're still, even if they bought, well, they were saying, even if because Charter still wants to buy Bright House Networks.
Yeah.
So even if they buy Bright House Networks, they'll still be smaller than Comcast. So I mean, there's still two giants. Yeah, there's still two giants.
Bright House only has 3 million customers.
Something like that. Yeah, there's not a lot of Bright House. Bright House is just mainly Florida.
Well, they have Florida, Georgia, Arkansas, Texas.
Yeah, it's not.
And California. I think they're in Southern California anyway. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. If Bright House or Charter buys out Bright House, it'll probably suck just like everything else, and I'll just move wherever Google Fiber is. I'll base all of my moving to Google Fiber.
Yeah.
So anyway, on to the next one. This one I just thought was interesting. Poo-powered bus sets a world speed record or whatever. So I don't know if this is like a speed record just for Britain or the UK, or is this a speed record in general? Because I swear our buses have gone over 76 miles per hour here in the States.
Yeah, I think it's just for...
I'm pretty sure I've seen Greyhound buses go more than 76 miles an hour on 95.
Yeah, I think it's just for this type of bus, or maybe like this renewable...
Yeah, maybe.
Crap.
So, so it's biomethane powered, I guess. It hits 76.785 miles per hour, or 5 kilometers per hour, on the Millbrook Proving Ground, which is where Top Gear did a lot of things on their show on that proving ground area. But yeah, it runs on biomethane derived from cow manure. And normally the buses are limited to 56, but it says Reading Buses performed some minor tweaks to allow for a higher top speed. So, anyway, I just thought that was pretty
what
funny.
the tweaks were besides just removing the governors.
I don't know.
Like up to the boost.
But I like what the one guy says, the chief engineer says. It says, it was an impressive sight as it swept by on the track, the engineer said. And he goes, it sounded like a Vulcan bomber because the aerodynamics aren't designed for going 80 miles an hour. But I guess it's painted like a cow because that's where it gets all of its fuel from. So it's pretty funny. Anyway, I just thought it was a pretty interesting little article. I cracked up laughing when I read it.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one... Kind of just going through these pretty quick because there's not a whole lot to talk about them. This one here is pretty big because I know that it calmed down for quite a while, but apparently this little asshole kept it going pretty well. 17-year-old hacker from British Columbia apparently pleaded guilty on Wednesday to 23 charges of extortion, public mischief, false police reports, and criminal harassment. I guess he harassed a girl streamer or something in Arizona so bad that she just ended up quitting, dropped out of school after multiple swattings were done on her and her parents' house.
Ridiculous.
And apparently how he was caught, this is what's even dumber, was that he did an 8-hour live stream on YouTube.
Swatting people.
Just swatting people and harassing League of Legends players and everything else. And the people that were watching him do it live called the cops on him. And so they went and busted him.
One thing I found funny is this is a Canadian article, right?
Yeah.
CanadianJournal.net or whatever. But people always make fun of U.S. geography, how it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny, this one line. It's like he admitted to targeting numerous people in several in Tucson, Arizona, Florida, and among other U.S. cities. So Arizona and Florida are U.S. cities. I just thought that was funny.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
So I guess just North America in general, we suck at geography. But yeah, I found that quite humorous.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Because we Americans do get made fun of for being retarded and stupid and uneducated quite often. So
yeah.
When we can get a little jab in, we'll take it.
Yeah. Especially America's hat.
23 charges, because I remember there was that one kid that was like 15 or 16 or something that swatted like 2 guys. And so he only had like 2 charges or whatever, and I swear, if I tried to find the article, but I couldn't, I swear to God he got like sentenced to like 10 years.
Yeah.
And he only swatted like 2 people.
Well, this is Canada too.
That is Canada, so they'll probably be like, it's okay, we're sorry.
Well, I mean,
they'll probably apologize to the kid.
They could probably only do like you said, it's harassment. What they say?
Yeah, it was extortion, harassment, public mischief. And falsifying police reports.
Criminal harassment's probably the worst charge there, but
yeah.
I guess extortion's
pretty bad.
I mean, how can they?
But yeah, man.
It just seems like that's a kind of.
Have you ever seen any of those swatting videos?
Yeah, man.
Like where the streamer like actually gets swatted or whatever, and it's like somebody obviously recorded it, and then I was watching those things on YouTube one day. Well, yeah. But like I was watching the shit on YouTube one day or whatever, and oh my god, that would be some scary shit, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like I remember the one it was like
running in with guns.
It was like a 12 or 13-year-old kid, and then they're like, "There's a bunch of police in the front yard," and the kid's like pulls out his headphones. He's like, "What?" And he's like, "There's a bunch of police in the front yard." And he goes, "You better stop playing around." He looked like he was about to cry, dude. It was like I was like, oh my god, I couldn't imagine being 12 and just like streaming, and then having that shit happen. That'd be so crazy. But yeah, it's some messed up shit though.
Now,
because you could get shot, man.
Yeah,
so fast. But like some of them were pretty cool. Like the cops came in. Like somebody let him in, like maybe his wife or girlfriend or whatever was out in the living room, kind of like Summit does. And then they like let him in, and he's like, no, he's back in the back room. And so they open up the door, and he pulled out his headphones. He's like, yeah, what's up? And then he like goes out and talks to him for a minute, and he comes back in, and he goes, yeah. He's like, I'm streaming right now. He's like, this is it. And he's like showing him all the monitors and stuff, and he goes, yeah, see, they're watching you live right now. And he had a feed of his webcam, and the cop's sitting there looking at it. He goes, so all you do is just sit here and stream video games all day? And then he goes, yeah. And he goes, how do you make a living on that? And he goes, I probably make more than you do.
That's
yeah. And the cop was just like, so you're not doing anything. And he's like, there's nothing going on here. He's like, and then another cop comes in. The cop goes, so what's going on? And then he goes, this guy's just sitting here streaming, playing video games all day. And he goes, there ain't shit going on here. And he's like, I'm tired of these punk kids. And he just turns around and starts walking out. I was just like, wow. So he's like sat there and explained it all to him, like, this is the layout. This is what I'm doing. This is the game I'm playing. He's like, you can check all my logs. You can check all of my streams. He's like, it's streaming it live and recording it at the same time. He's like, you can see exactly that I was sitting in this seat for the past 6-7 hours while I've been streaming. Yeah. He goes, I have all the proof right there.
One of the easiest ones.
Yeah.
Least violent. I don't know. Least intense.
Some of them come in wherever and they grab them and throw them on the ground and handcuff them, and then they ask questions. But that's typical.
At them, like, what's going on?
But man, that'd be some scary shit to go through, like right in the middle of the day.
Indeed.
Crazy. But all right. So the next one is the Oculus founder is sued once again for using confidential information, supposedly, I guess. Some company that he had worked with before, Total Recall Technologies in Hawaii, I guess. He worked for them for 4 years ago or something like that. And then I guess they hired him solely to come in and develop a head-mounted display. So he developed a head-mounted display, which is pretty similar to the Oculus Rift. And I guess he signed a confidentiality report or paperwork or whatever saying that he wasn't going to use any of this information or whatever. And I guess he used a lot of the same design stuff that's in the documentation and the feedback that was given back to him. And they're accusing him for using that on his Kickstarter for the Oculus.
Which, I mean, that's very possible.
It's very possible. But
kind of the same thing what the Facebook movie was about.
Yeah,
same kind of thing as someone else's idea. He kind of took it and ran with it. Or even if it was his idea, he signed away the rights and went from there and then made some money. And now people are like, hey, I want some money.
Right. Yeah, it says this isn't the first time Oculus is being challenged in a legal battle. The Facebook-acquired VR company slammed ZeniMax last summer for making a blatant attempt to profit from the $2 billion sale. The new lawsuit does not indicate an amount, but the company is seeking how do you say that? Compensatory?
Yeah, sure.
That's weird. And punitive damages from the virtual reality headset maker.
Which, I mean, I'm sure they'll pay them off and they'll be done. I mean, maybe there is no case there, but I assume if they've waited this long to come forward, they probably were building a case for a while. Or maybe they're bankrupt and last-ditch effort to try to get some money. I don't know.
You got to keep our Hawaiian bungalow. Let's make some money.
Or I had to find all the paperwork. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm sure they'll just pay him off. $2 billion. You're not going to lose $100 million. Like, here's a check.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy though. So I don't know. Like I said, it's happened to him like once or twice before, and he's gotten out of it for whatever reason. So
Oh, I'm sure there might be some statute of limitations on the agreement, or
we all know how good Zuckerberg's lawyers are. So
yeah, I mean,
just saying.
You have enough money, your lawyers are the best. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. Zuckerberg's like, here, Palmer, just borrow Dan. He'll take care of all this.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might be cheaper just pay him off rather than pay the lawyers, though.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty expensive.
But then again, they might have a connection with Dan, and they want Dan to live a humble life too, so they might just pick Dan up just to pay him.
Yep.
Maybe launder some money that way. Who knows?
Indeed.
All right, so the next one is a rumor of two Nexus phones coming in 2015, no tablet. So I've heard for quite a while that the Nexus 9 just failed miserably, so they're saying that that's the reason why.
I think the tablet market's kind of dying, though. I mean,
it is, but it is. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Big with the iPhone, but now with iPhones being bigger, iPad. Now with the iPhones being bigger, I think people see less of a use for an iPhone or a tablet.
Well, not only that, but you got all these 2-in-1 computers that are coming out. A lot of people are picking those things up now too.
Yeah.
Those things are selling like hotcakes. I'm not even just talking about the Surface, which is pretty much just a glorified tablet. But like the actual 2-in-1 Dells mostly Dells and like HP. I think Toshiba has one where the screen can actually flip all the way over, or you can open up the laptop and then fold it all the way back around or whatever. A lot of people are buying those now.
With the tablets, there's just not enough functionality with them. I'd much rather have a laptop.
It's like a gigantic phone that I can't make phone calls on. So I'm don't want it anymore. I bought the Nexus 7. Yeah, I bought the first Nexus 7.
I like the keyboard. I like those features. I mean, if you can get the 2-in-1 type deal, I think that's the way to go. And I think that's where people are moving towards.
Yeah, I have zero use for a tablet, and I realized that after a while. But man, dude, whenever I went to go pick up the Roku 3, I was looking at tablets or whatever and Best Buy, and they had some Microsoft ones there, with Windows 8, I guess, on it, 8.1 or whatever on it. Yeah, these things were under $100. This thing was I guess it was an 8-inch tablet. Yeah, with Windows on it. It was 8-inch tablet.
90% of the cost.
It was an 8-inch tablet or whatever. I don't know if it was a Dell Venue or whatever. I don't even remember if it even had a name, to be quite honest. But it was $89. It was 8-inch or whatever, and I picked it up, and it looked just like Windows 8. I mean, it had the Windows button down in the bottom left. It had the same. Everything looked exactly like a computer, but just small. And it had the file explorer in the same way, all the same icons, and I click on it, and boom, it opened up the explorer, and then I could go over here and do all this stuff, and it was fast and choppy. I mean, or not choppy, but snappy. It was it was super freaking fast, and I was like, what the hell? And I was every freaking Android tablet that I've ever picked up or whatever was not nearly as smooth. And I remember we talked about this before, on our first or second show or whatever, that out of all the touch-based things, I honestly think that Windows has actually done a very good job on their touchscreen stuff.
Biggest improvements, yeah.
Because using the touchscreen on my 2-in-1 or the Surface, it's holy crap, it just feels so good using the touchscreen on the Surface. I mean, it feels so natural. It doesn't feel odd or clunky or anything. It's just so smooth and intuitive. It's very nice. But yeah, I couldn't believe that it was under $100 and it was as snappy as it was. I'm like, what the hell? And then I went over and messed around with the second gen Nexus 7 was not too far behind me or whatever over in the little Google platform or whatever, and it felt nowhere near as fast or nowhere near as smooth, and it was $250 or $299, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the other tablet or whatever, the Windows tablet, was missing a lot of things, like a good camera, and probably had hardly any space on it, but I was like, for just using it to for just randomness, looking on the internet really fast or whatever, I was like, this thing is awesome for $89.
Yeah, good user experience is, I think, a good chunk of what people want. So
Right.
I don't see why Google doesn't focus more on that. To be honest, because that's what I mean. Apple products are amazing. They're just so
Dude,
nice
they really are.
because the animations and everything are just
Like,
so smooth. It feels good to use.
And again, this
Android or
this
Google
goes
stuff.
back to what we talked about a couple episodes ago too, is that it's so much easier for them to be so smooth and snappy and everything whenever you're building this software for such a small amount of hardware.
Yeah.
Like Android has to work on so many different types of devices. Windows has to work on literally an infinite, combination of hardware, whereas Apple's like, well, we design the hardware, or not design it, but I guess design it. We design the hardware. We know exactly what hardware is going to be running. We have like 2 or 3 laptops. Yeah, I mean, I know they have older generations that run on their newer OS.
But
and all
even
that stuff,
still, you think the flagship would be, it'd be super smooth and awesome. But
right?
I mean, is your Nexus as smooth as an Apple device?
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's what I'm saying, though. I mean,
there has to be some.
Apple
I see what you're saying, but
Apple should be smooth because they have less shit that they have to worry about.
Mm-hmm. But,
if it's not smooth, then they are horrible.
You would spend time to make your flagship device be as good as the competition. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think that maybe they don't see that as important, so they work on other features or something. I don't know.
We're talking about Android?
Yeah, Google.
Google, yeah. I don't know,
Making
man.
the user experience that much better. I mean, on several versions, they've said, they're focusing more on the user experience, make the animations pretty and look good, run smooth and stuff like that. But it's still...
I'm a big Google fanboy, but it's wearing off, man. Like, they've really... I mean, I know you're, obviously still on the S3, so you haven't really been keeping up with, like, you're not
That's why I'm really interested in these.
Right, and you're not
Nexus
like...
5, man?
Holy crap, I'm like constantly like I am, like flashing the latest and greatest, version of Android. You're not doing that crap anymore.
Half the time.
Right. You're not in it like you were, years ago. And it's like every fucking time, like tomorrow's the Google I/O, and since I'm off tomorrow at lunch, I will be streaming it on my TV. And I'm thinking about maybe doing like a video on it, like doing like a recap video of what they talked about or something, maybe for the channel.
Do like
I don't
those
know.
live feeds or whatever, where you just treat random things you see and
something,
like or whatever,
yeah.
little comments.
But
how they do on those blog posts, where it's like timestamp and then what they think or whatever.
But like, I mean, every freaking time they release a new thing, all the way back. I was just actually getting in the middle of a discussion with a guy on Google Plus before the show started. It's like every single time they announce a new version of Android or whatever, they always say they're going to work on the battery and RAM, and then they never fucking do. They never do. I mean, yeah, it may have. Obviously, it's gotten better. Right.
You're still talking about these phones. Can't go to the next level yet.
Well, yeah, I know.
We haven't even talked about these phones.
But yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just true. All right. So anyway, apparently LG is going to is supposedly making the next Nexus, which is exactly who made my Nexus. Nexus 5, and
I'm really excited about that. I
badass
hope it's
phone.
Lower price option.
If it looks like the one that they're showing, well, that's the Hawaii one. But if it looks anything like the one that they're showing here, I will not buy it because I hate the metallic look. I think it looks like shit. But
doesn't bother me too much. But I'm just looking for a nice, cheaper option phone.
I want the nice black with the nice like rubbery, grippy feel, so it doesn't slip out of my hand. That just looks like complete shit. Anyway, so it's a 5. The LG is going to be a 5.2 inch with well, this is all rumor, of course. So it's going to be a 5.2 inch with a 2700 milliamp hour battery with a Snapdragon 808.
Kind of small.
It is, but I don't remember what the battery is in this.
Those are 2200. Because I remember those were small
okay.
Came out.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean they're okay, but just
but that's the problem,
dude.
New
Google, the new Samsung. Those I think they're like 3000, 3200.
For the last 2 generations. Yeah, about the last 2 generations of flagship phones. Every single time that they post a thing out saying, "Oh, what would you like to have in your next flagship device, whatever?" Like I swear to God, like 75% of the people that vote on these things or whatever say that they would rather have the phone be a little bit thicker and give me a bigger fucking battery. And they never do it. They never fucking do it. It seems like the batteries are getting smaller, the screens are getting bigger and a higher resolution, and so the battery just goes faster now.
Yep.
It doesn't make any freaking sense. It's like, how hard is it to understand that we're over the whole extremely thin crap? I mean, I get it. It looks sleek. It looks sexy.
Most people put a giant case
whatever.
on the phone anyway,
exactly.
So.
Somebody puts a protector case on it because, you know, you just like look at the phone wrong and it cracks. And it's just like, give me a slightly thicker phone. Like, even if it was just a little bit thicker than my Nexus 5. I mean, it's already a pretty decently thick phone. Not really, I guess. But like, if it was a little bit thicker and I could get an extra 4 or 5 hours of battery life, give me it. I'm all for it.
Not even that. Like, they have the protruding parts for the cameras now because the phones are so thin they can't fit the lenses inside the
I hate that.
So it sticks out.
I don't know how well anybody can really see that, but like, yeah, it sticks out. And this is my replacement phone, so I've had this one for maybe 5-6 months. Well, about 5 months now. And the black ring, the metal ring that goes around it, is completely just like bare metal now.
Yeah.
From just sitting it on the table.
So then you design a little bit thicker phones, get better batteries, and then they can get better lenses because they have more room.
Yeah, because the cameras are already good enough, for Christ's fucking sake. It's a goddamn phone.
Well, I mean, I'd love
if you want that awesome a quality, go buy a damn SLR. I mean, seriously.
2-in-1, why not? I mean, I'd honestly pay a little bit extra to have like a point-and-shoot quality camera in my home.
I would, but I get it if you want to keep making your cameras better, but focus on the things that really matter. You can't take a picture if your fucking phone's dead.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously that's what I'm saying. Make it a little thicker.
So
get a little bit better
fucking
camera,
with the cameras.
And you get a little what's it called? Better battery.
Yeah, stop upgrading the cameras. Stop going with these crazy resolutions. You don't need no 1440p on a goddamn 5-inch display. It's a fucking waste. You don't need all that crap. Focus on longer battery life and quit with the frickin' octo-core goddamn CPUs. Nobody gives a shit that you have an 8-core CPU in your phone. Nobody cares.
Well, I mean, that's fine.
But nobody cares. I'd rather you do a quad-core or even a quad-core and spend that money on giving me a better battery or giving me a better UI.
The more cores, lower your clock speeds to get better battery life for the same performance.
Yeah, but it's more expensive.
Yeah.
And octo-core is not needed in a phone. Sorry. So anyway, the Hawaii or whatever is going to be supposedly 5.7 inch with a Snapdragon 810.
How do you say that?
And it's Hawaii or whatever.
Hawaii? Yeah.
Hawaii.
Hawaii?
I don't know.
Whatever.
And a 3,500 milliamp hour battery. So
which is good.
It's a little bit bigger than the Note 4's battery, and it's also a 5.7 inch, just like the Note 4. So yay.
Good. That's a newer Snapdragon, but I guess people were complaining about that. I read in the article. The Snapdragon 810 or whatever.
Oh.
It says,
God, I keep freaking burping.
I guess this could be a concern to some people with the problems the Snapdragon 810 had with the G Flex 2 and the HTC One N9. Doesn't say what that is. I don't know if there's like battery drain issues with them or something. I don't know. But
so yeah, the LG's is codenamed the Angler, and the Hawaii or whatever is Bullhead. So we'll see what happens. People are, I guess the reason why they think that these are legit is because, of course, the M9 launch, which is shit compared to the M8. The S6 launched, which is a badass phone. I mean, it's probably the only Samsung phone that makes me want to go back to Samsung, because I didn't like the S4 or the S5. The S6 Edge, which is garbage, in my opinion. It's just, I don't know.
You don't want screens that wrap around?
No. Nope. And the LG G4.
See a message when it's laying upside down or something. That's what I saw in a commercial. It's like,
who the fuck lays their phone down, screen on the table?
and need to see a message.
That's like the worst way. Who cares? I mean, even if you got Gorilla Glass that shouldn't scratch or whatever, I would not lay my phone down, glass face down. That's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Yeah, and of course the LG G4, which I heard is doing okay, I guess. But Nexus and Motorola rumor mills are starting to swirl, of course, and I guess they got rumored specs of the 3rd generation Moto X, which should be pretty badass. Like Motorola is the company that I look forward to the most, because their last couple phones or whatever have been absolutely insane.
Yeah, everyone expected something to come out with the Nexus lineup with Motorola once Google bought them, but then they just stripped the patents and sold the company,
the Nexus 6 is Motorola.
Is it?
Yeah, and it sucked.
No one cares about that.
So,
but main thing I'm looking for is that Nexus 5 price point. If they can come close to that again, I'm tired of these $600-700 phones, man. Give me a solid $400 to $500 phone, and I'm all over it.
I know, right? It's crazy.
I mean,
it's absolutely insane. And people buy it's like every friggin' time one comes out, they buy one, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, I get it.
Some people easy to finance.
Some people, some people spend tons of money on shoes. Some people spend tons of money on this and on that, their car, their computer, and that's their thing. They spend tons of money on tech, and so they just buy the latest and greatest phone. But it's like,
well, I mean, I can see if you're into it, but it's just you spend more money on a phone rather than a laptop.
I know.
I mean, you go ask someone, oh, will you buy the $700 laptop? Unless it's like an Apple or something like that, people will be like, no, but they'll gladly spend $700 on a phone. They don't even think about it. It's like, okay, yeah, go get a new phone, $700. It's
crazy, man.
That's one thing I feel needs to change. But the thing is they sell like hotcakes, so they're not going to change.
Hell no, they're going to keep them bad boys going.
I bet you the markup on those things is ridiculous. I remember one of them. It was, I think, the Nexus. I mean, the Apple, the latest Apple.
Yeah.
Apple 6S or whatever it is, the big Apple
6
iPhone.
Plus.
Yeah,
the Plus is the big one.
Yeah. I think it was that one. They were talking about what it cost to build all the parts for it. It's like an $800 phone or something ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
The parts for it were like $250.
Oh yeah, easy.
And then they spend like $4 in China at their Foxconn.
Well, just like this $500-600 Apple Watch is only $84 in parts.
Yeah, I mean, and all the Samsung and everything like that, they're all the same way.
You're just paying for the name, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, the markup on those things.
That's why I don't do it anymore. I don't buy into all that crap right now.
And you can't find them discounted anywhere. That's what kills me, man.
Yeah,
there's like no retailer that you can find them on sale. Even like I'll go buy the year-old phone. No, they're still like
I know.
Instead of that's $500 or $650.
That's the one downfall to the no more contracts thing, is because everything is priced at what it is, and if people are gonna, I mean, they just leave everything priced at whatever it was priced at new, even though it's like last year's model.
Yeah,
you would think that last year's model would be like half off, at least.
But people are buying it though, so that's why they keep doing it.
So. Crazy.
But yeah, if they could get better battery life, great. Supposedly that's what Google's actually working on.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, I'm sure they're always working on it, but I hope they actually really take focus.
That's
one thing they really need to do. Apple's
do they really need to release fucking Android M already though?
Yeah, that's fine. They could release updates. It's no big deal.
But I mean, seriously, you're only on 5.1.1. Release 5.2, release 5.3, and fix your fucking OS now before you try to release a whole new one with a completely different name, and then try
They're not that different though.
But that's the thing. What I'm saying is if you stay on 5 and you fix this one, it fixes this phone, it fixes all the Samsung phones that are out now, it fixes all the HTC phones that are out now, it fixes all the Motorola phones that are out now, the LG phones that are out right now, it fixes the Nexus 4, which is like 2-3 generations ago, because they're running Lollipop.
Thing is, you still have to roll out updates on those phones. That's based on the manufacturer.
That's what, well, not the Nexus phones are not. Nexus phones, it's automatically Google, but that's what I'm saying though. whenever you release Android M, what's going to happen is that the Nexus 4 definitely isn't going to get it. It's no different than Lollipop. It's literally the same exact fucking code. They just fixed some shit. But now Nexus 4 isn't going to get it because now it's too old. This phone, the Nexus 5, is probably going to barely get it. It's going to be on the bottom of the list to get it when it's the exact same code as what's already on the phone. That's the problem that I have with Android. They keep on releasing the next freaking, big update, which is literally the same shit as last year, but then they exclude a lot of phones that could still run it so easy. So there's so much separation in the Android shit. Yeah, the segmentation is crazy, and that's all they did. That's always been a problem with. But that's all they talked about. That's all they fucking talked about with Lollipop and everything else, was that they were going to run with Lollipop for a long time because they wanted to stop the segmentation, and now they're doing it again. They're only on 5.1. Why not go to 5.2 and fix the RAM problem? Then go to 5.3 and fix the battery.
M's might be 5.2. There's not a drastic change. That just
whenever they go to a new name, it's a different beginning number.
No, it's not OS. What was it? There's been a few of them that
ever since Eclair, which was like 5 years ago, they've been doing a new number for every new update.
No, because we're on M and it's around 5. It's a lot more than 5 letters.
Okay.
That's a lot more than 5 letters.
The thing I'm saying is that they're going to cut off a lot of people that don't need to be cut off with this bullshit, because they keep on doing this crap. And that's why I'm starting to hate Android now.
See some phones becoming end of life. I mean, what's the point where they stop wasting resources on upgrading phones?
What's the wasted resource? What is the wasted resource? They have a link, and people go and download that link. There's no wasted resource.
But you have to program for it.
No, you don't.
It's not just plug and play.
Dude, the coding between a Nexus 4, a Nexus 5, and a Nexus 6 are probably so freaking similar, it doesn't even matter.
Well, not that. I'm talking like drivers and stuff like that if there's major changes in the OS.
If Apple can make a freaking iPhone 3 run on what iPhone 6 is doing, then Android should be able to do the same damn thing. They just don't want to.
It's a very neutered version, but that's the thing. Apple spends the time on it. That's part of the reason why.
And that's exactly, and that's the reason why people love them, and that's the reason why their shit works. It's all I'm saying.
But that's not Google's fault. That's the phone manufacturer's fault. They're the ones responsible for that. They're supposed to take care of the consumers.
That's what I'm saying.
Google just provides the software for it.
If they just released this and said that they weren't going to release a new edition for a long period of time, then it wouldn't be based on anybody. If they didn't keep on releasing all these new freaking names or whatever, that's what the manufacturers love to see, because that's a huge selling point. Oh, it's running new Muffin. The last one wasn't running Muffin, so let's sell our phone that we just bought 2 months ago and buy another $800 phone. How about go fuck yourself? If Android didn't do that kind of shit and they left it on Lollipop for the next 2 years and just made the updates to Lollipop, it would be fine, because then the manufacturer would have no huge selling point for their new flagship device, that they would just send out the update.
Yeah, but if they're not updating the updates, then what's the point?
It's a lot easier to update a 0.1 than it is a 1 point something.
But they still don't do it. There's
like
been versions of like Samsung phones that aren't up to the latest versions.
Oh, that's old Samsung phones. They don't do that anymore, though.
I don't know.
The S4 and S5, they freaking released updates pretty quick. Because it's easy. I mean, it's 0.1. They don't have to change anything. They don't have to rework the UI. They don't have to redo anything. But if you do a whole new layout, like that's the problem with Android. Like ice cream
is it
sandwich.
A whole new layout, or is it just an update?
No, they're saying it's supposed to be a whole new thing.
Oh, okay.
Like it's going to have like huge. They're going to have like huge extra options and all this other kind of crap that they're going to have to rework the whole UI and like all the HTC phones and everything else. Because it's going to have a whole new options that they've never had before. So it's it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Maybe they needed this. Move on. Maybe they had to change their whole
just fucking add
framework.
Just add it to Lollipop. There's no need to release a whole new version of a thing. It just makes no sense to me. Just fix your shit. Don't release a new version. Fix the one that you have.
If they're making, I could see if they're just doing bug fixes. But if they're making drastic changes, like you're saying, it warrants a whole new version.
But it doesn't. It looks exactly the same. They're just adding tick boxes. So put the tick boxes in the one that already is there.
Well, that's not a major change.
They're saying that it's going to be a major overhaul for permissions and shit.
Well, yeah, they're changing the core aspect of the thing, which is a major change.
But it doesn't warrant this.
It
doesn't warrant a whole new freaking rebrand of the freaking name.
Just seems kind of dumb. Windows, 8, Windows, whatever it is. 10
Android.
now.
I think Android says that they don't
updates and service packs, but
I think Android is just really big on saying they don't like things and then doing the things that they say that they don't like doing.
Yeah, I mean,
they talk a big game, but they suck dick. Plain and simple. I'm like really fed up with Android, and I understand why a lot of people are now, because they're so fragmented. It's retarded.
Yeah, there's fragmentation, but that's not a huge deal. Like, I think
it is a huge deal. What are you talking about? How is it not a huge deal?
More on the user experience,
dude. Your S3 right now, people have fucking shit. Have Lollipop running on an S3 right now, and it runs perfectly smooth.
Yeah.
So why is the S3 not being updated?
Because it's 3 years old. There has to become a point where you stop supporting the devices. Which, I mean,
if Windows can go with XP for 10 years, I don't know why a cell phone provider can't do the same thing.
Because they want to sell you a new device.
Exactly. It's bullshit.
Well, yeah.
You're speeding it up so fast that you're going to get to a point where you can't do anything else, and everybody's going to be like, now what?
Well, I think
nothing left to do.
Problem, which I don't think Apple has.
It's stupid.
I know my sister's on an iPhone 4 or something, a really old piece of crap one. I mean, it still runs fine. So, but like my phone stopped receiving updates. So any type of new security bug fix that comes out in Android, my phone's not going to receive that. Or I think all the Apple stuff, they still receive major security fixes. So I think that's going to be the big thing, and maybe some of these updates that Google's doing with this new version, maybe they're working towards that. I hope, but who knows? I
just don't like the fact that it's like, it seems like every year you have to buy the latest Android phone just to have the latest OS, and that's stupid. Whereas, like you said, an iPhone 4 or whatever is getting the latest update that the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus
I mean,
have.
they are neutered versions of it. Don't think that it's all the same features as the iPhone 6.
It's not all the same version. I mean, I think whenever iPhone 6 released, they said that iPhone 4 was going to get it, and it was only going to be missing like some very small things. It wasn't like missing huge core things like, oh, you're not getting that. If it was able to run it, then it was in there. If it didn't have enough power to run it, then it was taken out. But other than that, it's like, it's not like
out. I can't remember exactly what they are.
Yeah, but they were probably extremely minor
stuff like that.
But that's what I'm saying.
There's certain limitations of the hardware you can do, but
it's just
the biggest thing though is the security updates.
I just hate Android's fragmentation. They say that they want to stop doing it, but yet they just keep doing it more and more. It seems like it's worse now than it was 3 years ago.
I don't think so. It's not so bad now because most of the hardware is all the same, and hardware is slowing down a lot more.
But that's the thing, though.
The core of the hardware is going to be basically the same between now and the next 3 phones, where my phone is drastically different from.
But like the gap between
Nexus 5.
What came before Ice Cream Sandwich? H? There was no H. That was Honeycomb, so no, that didn't count.
Oh yeah,
Gingerbread. The difference between Gingerbread and Ice Cream Sandwich, the gap, the percentage of Ice Cream Sandwich versus the percentage of Gingerbread was so close. Whereas right now, like the percentage of devices on Lollipop is like the tiniest fraction of the amount of people that are still on Kit Kat or Ice Cream Sandwich. That's the problem.
That's down to the manufacturers.
So 3-4 years ago, but that's what I'm saying. It was down to the manufacturers 3 or 4 years ago, but it wasn't. The gap was not that drastic at all. So there's way more fragmentation now than there was 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, Google has to start putting blame and shifting the focus onto the manufacturers because they can't control that. You know, they came out with the new software. It's Google or Samsung or HTC's. It's their responsibility to bring it out for their customers.
And that's why I think Google needs to put more focus on just their devices only.
Yeah, which I think they are.
Like, I think they need to tell, which they're not going to, because they make, tons of money off of ads and shit that are running on people's phones or whatever else. But it's like, I think they need to focus on just like their Nexus line, and that's it.
Yeah,
Say, fuck you Samsung, fuck you HTC, fuck you everybody else. I'm going to focus on our own shit and get it right. But they're not doing that. They're just like throwing all their shit everywhere. That's my problem with open source. It's like, yeah, I get it. Open source is cool because it's open source. But then it's just like Linux. There's like 50 bajillion different versions of it. Which one do you fucking run? I mean, it's so retarded.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So anyway, I guess I enjoy just, having shit work and don't want 50 million fucking options. It's like, it's good to have options, but when there's too many options, it becomes retarded.
Bad. Just crazy.
What?
I think the same conversation that we'd have, say 4 years ago, 3 years ago, would be completely different. We'd be all gung-ho about Google, but now we're like, yeah, Apple's doing it right, not
because they are. I mean, they really are. And I mean, it comes down to everything. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to go turn around and go buy a fucking iPhone tomorrow, because I won't. I don't want to get into their freaking ecosystem bullshit. I don't want to do it. But at the same time, it's like Android and Google is just fucking up royally. I swear to God, they are.
I think part of the problem is it's just the manufacturers. It's not specifically Google, but I'm sure they're trying to fix it without completely alienating half their market or most of their market or whatever. I mean,
because I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm telling you right now. You could you're on the S3, right?
Yeah.
Old ass fucking shit. I mean, it's 3 fucking generations or whatever old, right? I'm telling you right now, you would get a new phone, okay? I mean, you can quote me on this. You can record this shit, which I am right now, and you can fucking just throw it in my face whenever you buy a new phone. Let's say this new Nexus 5 comes out, and you buy this new Nexus 5. It'll wow you for the first couple days, and you'll be like, oh my God, this thing is so much faster than my S3. My S3 was such a pile of shit. And then after a little while after that, you'll be like, Android's still a piece of shit. It's still fucking buggy. It crashes all the fucking time. I still have I literally Monday, before, when I was on 5.0.1 or whatever, and I was going to upgrade to 5.1.1. No, I was on 5.1. And I was going to upgrade to the new 5.1.1 that came out that was supposed to have bug fixes. So I was still on 5.1. I upgraded to 5.1.1, went to your house and helped you move. And then I came back later that night, and no fucking joke, 4 or 5 times since I got that bug fix update, I've had it actually say your UI has crashed.
Yeah, I mean
the UI is like a huge part of the freaking software. That's not something minor.
But are you downloading? Is that an official update? Like
yes, Google, it's an official over-the-air pushed Google update.
They definitely need to do better on their QC.
I mean, what?
One thing I could say about my phone is I've had this thing for a long, long time.
Right.
Yeah, it's slow in opening stuff, but I haven't had any major crashes. I don't think ever.
I have seen people and know people that have actually flashed ice cream sandwich on their Nexus 5, which never had ice cream sandwich on it to begin with. Actually, maybe it did.
I don't know.
No, it had Jelly Bean when it first came out, I think. And then it upgraded to Kit Kat and now Lollipop. So yeah. I think they flashed like ice cream sandwich on it.
Let's see what
I think yours is ice cream sandwich. No, it's Jelly Bean.
It's definitely. I think it's Jelly Bean. I can't remember.
Yeah. So maybe they flashed back to Jelly Bean. Yeah, they flashed back to Jelly Bean from Kit Kat or Lollipop, I mean. And they went all the way back to Jelly Bean, and they said the Nexus 5 posted like 2,500 points higher in benchmarks than it did on Lollipop. Yeah. 4.3? Yeah.
Yeah, 4.3.
So they went from 5.1 Lollipop all the way back to 4.3 Jelly Bean. And they said that their Nexus 5 posted benchmark scores 2,500 to 3,000 points higher than it did with Lollipop.
I can see it. I mean, there's more.
That's fucking pathetic, dude.
I mean, you think about it.
You go back 2 generations on your freaking software. A computer
running
better?
Windows XP is a lot lighter than running Windows 8 or Windows 10.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Windows 8, that's what Windows 8 was known for, is because it's lighter than 7.
Yeah, but I'm sure Windows XP is even lighter. I mean, it's designed for systems that have a lot less power.
I guess maybe.
So it'll be lighter on it. I mean, so you can only. I mean, yeah. I mean,
but that's the thing, though. I guarantee
for that software, so it probably I have less bugs and stuff like that, so it runs a little bit better.
I
but
think
overall,
my computer on 8.1 would post higher scores than my computer on XP.
It depends what type of scores, though.
Because synthetic
XP
benchmarks, I mean, just any benchmarks,
32-bit stuff like that. So
that's what I'm saying.
There's some similarities, but
Lollipop should have newer, just newer. I don't know how all the innards and shit like that, but ways for the CPU to communicate with RAM and everything over Jelly Bean.
We were playing Witcher yesterday. I mean, Witcher 3. I mean, that game looked great, and it was only using 1.3 gigs of VRAM. You play GTA 5, and it's using 3.5 gigs of VRAM.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look that much better.
But I just figured a newer software would have better ways for that hardware to communicate with the other pieces of the hardware to make it run better on newer stuff than it would older stuff.
No, I mean...
Because the older stuff is older technology. It was coded for old technology that they don't use now. So why does it run better? It makes no sense.
I mean...
I don't know. In my opinion, a newer version should always crush an older version. If your older version is crushing your newer version, you done fucked up.
But I think if you do like different types of benchmarks, I mean, yeah, in a synthetic benchmark, it might be faster.
Well, I mean, this was all Antutu benchmark and everything else, which is what everybody uses. So.
If you do Windows XP, a synthetic benchmark might be a little bit faster than Windows, 10 or Windows 8. But do you want to use Windows XP? Yeah, you'd rather use the prettier, better-looking version of Windows 8. Same thing. I mean, there are performance upgrades, but there are also other upgrades that you enjoy. So, it's a trade-off.
Yeah, I think Android sucks balls now. But anyway.
They do need a lot of work.
Yeah. So I'm definitely not a fan of Android as of late. They need a lot of work. But anyway, so apparently...
I could say I'm not a fan, but I don't know. It just doesn't bother me. But I don't like Apple products, or Apple as a... Well, not Apple
I don't like Apple as
Apple products.
I don't like Apple as a company.
The premium you pay for the Apple product, I won't pay.
I hate their philosophy.
The way it works is great.
Yeah, they make some killer hardware and they make some killer software, but their ego is too much for me.
The hardware is the same as
Nexus, but again, like I said, it doesn't have to work with so many different fucking types, so it works.
Well, I mean, yeah, they do really good software development.
Because they only have like 5 things that they have to develop for.
Yeah, so they focus more
That's what I'm saying. It's so much better because it's so easy. And then they try to act like they're badasses, but they're only making it work for 5 pieces of hardware. So big deal. You're not a badass because you can code for 5 fucking phones. Try coding for 100 different phones and see if... I'd love to see Apple code for Samsung, Hawaii, Xiaomi or however you say it, fucking Samsung, HTC, LG, every fucking brand of phone out there, and I guarantee you they'll have a lot more shit wrong with it than what they do right now. I'd put the rest of my money that I make for the rest of my life on that they would have fucking crashes too.
But that's fine. I mean,
you're only coding for an iPhone 4, 5, 5S, and a 6. That's fucking simple.
Make them bad, though? I mean, that's
no, it doesn't make them bad.
Strategy.
It doesn't make them bad, but they need to stop fucking throwing their ego around. It's not impressive. It's not impressive. Make it run that flawless with 0 crashes on 10 or 20 manufacturers' phones, and then I'll be impressed.
Your bad boy is showing.
My fanboy's not showing. It's honest.
Yeah, no.
It's the same thing with their fucking computers. Yeah, Apple's never crash. Well, yeah, it's because they only have to worry about 10 laptops. They don't have to worry about a freaking infinite amount of hardware.
I mean, honestly, when was the last time you had Windows crash on you?
It crashes more often than Apple, is all I'm saying.
I'm trying to think. Unless it's like
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's going to be problems. Shit's going to not work. Like I loaded up my freaking thing today at work, and it said some .exe blah 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 or whatever is not working. You're gonna have to close or restart it or whatever. Shit like that happens. It probably doesn't happen like that in Apple, but that's the reason why, because they don't have that much shit to worry about. It's so simple for them. It was smart that they did that, so I'm saying that they're smart, but they have such an ego, and so they put like a huge price on their crap or whatever, and that's the reason why I won't buy it. If an iPhone, which an iPhone now...
The ego's fine, but I'm just not buying it because of the price. That's the only reason I'm not buying it.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. What of theirs is overpriced? Just their computer and their laptop, that's it.
Everything that makes
their tablet is pretty on par with what Android's releasing now.
I wouldn't buy a tablet, so...
Okay, whatever.
Unless it's like...
I'm fucking just trying to say prices. I'm not saying what you would buy.
No.
Look at their phone.
A tablet should be a couple $100s.
Look at their phone. You can get an iPhone 6 for $700. How much does the Nexus 6 cost when it came out? $700.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking price. That's what I'm saying, though. So they're not overpriced. They're going with what everybody else is selling it for. Look at the S6. The S6 was $750 when it came out. So they're not like necessarily overpriced. Their computers and shit are overpriced.
Yeah. No, I mean, everything.
But their phones and everything, everything's overpriced. But that's not.
Yeah, the
just
price
Apple
point of
being
like the
overpriced.
Nexus 5 is the perfect price point, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if the new Nexus 5, is under $500,
Yeah,
I'll be extremely surprised.
Yeah,
I think it'll be closer to like $550.
It'll be like $550.
It won't be $600 because that would be
the
dumb.
Nexus 7, no, the Nexus 7 will be, or whatever, 5.7. The flagship phone will be like $750. So they'll make the one like $600, and make the other one $750.
If they make the Hawaii, are you talking about the Nexus? You're not talking about the Nexus 5 Hawaii version, are you?
Isn't that going to be the new flagship?
No.
Oh,
that's just going to be another Nexus 5.
Flagship.
So there's going to be two Nexus 5s, both made by different companies.
It's dumb. that right there.
Welcome to Android.
Makes it seem like Google has no idea what they're doing.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what their deal is lately, but they're absolutely
I mean, I
retarded.
like their lineup with the Nexus number being the size of the device. I think that worked great. But making two devices the same size,
that's hard to do though. Because if you have like a 5-inch phone and a 6-inch phone, you're just going to keep on releasing Nexus 5, Nexus 6 2016, Nexus 5, Nexus 6 2017, Nexus 5, Nexus 6 2018. That kind of gets annoying after a while.
Yeah, I mean, it does get annoying, but I like the name. It's easy.
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, they should have kept going with Nexus 5, Nexus 6, Nexus 7, but I think once you get past like 4 to 5, or maybe even 6, I think it's too
the Nexus 7 was a tablet, and Nexus 9 was a tablet. So
well, I'm just saying, like, even
like
the iPhone 6, now we can do iPhone 7. I mean, you get to a certain point, it's like, okay, you need to come up with a new name, a new way to name it.
I guess. It's no different than video cards and CPUs. They've been doing the same damn thing.
No, they change it up. Like they
3770, 3550, and then they go to a 4 something, and then they go to the 5 somethings.
Yeah, but then they change
the same thing.
The 9800s, and then with the 7 or 260, they change it up every once in a while.
I think their naming convention almost makes less sense though.
Oh yeah,
they skipped 300, they skipped 800s.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, it makes no sense.
Why do you skip 800s? I don't understand.
Why do you skip Windows 9?
Well, that made more sense.
No.
Because oh my God, do you not know why they skipped 9?
Yeah, I do know why. That's dumb.
Because of not Windows 95 and Windows 98.
So just call it something else. Like in the programming. Like
they would have to rewrite all this code. It was for backwards compatibility kind of bullshit. It was all the coding that was inside.
When the program or whatever pulls what operating system that is, make it something other than Windows 9 whatever. It's an easy fix.
But then whenever you're using the computer, it's not going to see Windows 95 or 98 like it needs to if there's any files that are with that, is what I'm saying. There was all this legacy stuff that needs to work with it. Like if you had
So
like
just
an
have
old
it pull a different
keyboard.
name. That's all I'm saying.
But the keyboard, is I don't know, whatever. I'm not a coder. Anyway, so
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
IRS
it's just a stupid thing.
but it's not stupid. That makes more sense than just skipping 800 because you wanted to skip 800.
Yeah, I agree. But it's also
legacy. It's legacy
Just go
coding
in
that they
order.
didn't want to
You
redo.
need to go in order for my OCD.
Could you imagine how much legacy coding would have to be changed just for it to forget 95 and 98?
No, I'm not saying that. It's saying when it pulls for whatever Windows, right?
Okay.
Instead of
But
returning
what if
Windows
it has
9,
to pull? What if it has to pull for Windows 95 or 98, and you're
it'll
working
come
in
up as
90
Windows
and 9?
95.
But it won't because you're working on 90 and Windows 9 right now. It's going to find the 9
because
first.
when it pulls Windows 9, it pulls it up as something else. It won't say Windows 9. It'll say Windows blah, blah, blah.
Then you can't call it Windows 9. Call it whatever you're going to call it. Because then it's going to have two different names. The name is going to be different to the people than it is in the coding, which is going to fuck with people that are software developers.
Not really.
Yeah, it would.
No.
It's just like with our new building at work right now. To everybody else, it's called the HTC, but to the emergency crews, it's Building 30. Why? Just name it Building 30. If people don't like the fact that it's Building 30, go fuck yourself and go get a new job somewhere else if you don't like that our building's named Building 30. It's so stupid. Don't have two different names for the same fucking thing. Just pick a name and stick with it. That's it.
So just call it Windows 9.
Exactly. But then you can't because you have legacy software. Anyway.
Let's change the polling name.
Nope. So IRS says the hacker stole 100,000 taxpayers' information. It's probably mine and I'll get fucked in the ass. So let's move on to the next one.
Probably.
So this is just kind of
I didn't read up
things.
about it. How did they actually...
I didn't read up about it. I didn't read up about it either because I wasn't that concerned.
Steal the information, though.
I don't know. Get transcript
someone
application.
Someone left a laptop in a car, like the last taxpayer information that was stolen.
I guess it says the Get Transcript application, a feature that the IRS site has that allows taxpayers to download tax return and tax payment transaction data, was apparently targeted by financial fraudsters between February and mid-May. The service was shut down last week as the IRS investigated the activity, which may have been linked to fraudulent filing of tax returns and transfer of tax refunds. So if you already got your refund, you're fine.
Yeah. So I
don't care.
What taxpayers records?
Attempts were made to access over 200,000 accounts. Roughly half failed because the incorrect information inputted during the IRS's authentication process.
So what did they say? What information they actually stole? Or did not really steal any
personal information. Just tax records, like your bank, your social security number, what you made, where you worked, your employee ID, anything that's on your tax return is on there.
But then how did half fail because incorrect information was entered?
I don't know.
So I think they
you need passwords and shit, don't you?
I don't know. It's not this article. It doesn't go into it very well. I'm sure they're trying to keep it hush hush.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I'd be interested to see like what information was actually stolen, or if it's just like email addresses and stuff, or stuff like that. Like as long as it wasn't like social security numbers.
May 26th. This was posted yesterday. I'll be really surprised if this isn't like taken down in like 2 days or by tomorrow. It says it was updated, but they didn't actually mark a specific paragraph that says update.
Yeah.
Which is very poor journalism, Ars Technica. Get your shit together.
Social security numbers. So I wonder if they just inputted a bunch of social security numbers and I think
that's what they did, and they just got lucky.
And then see if it returned any information to them to see if the social security number was valid, kind of thing.
Maybe.
I wonder if it was a system like that where they try to attack it. I don't know.
It says apparently stolen data from other breaches was used to answer authentication questions. But some of them were wrong, like who's your favorite best friend? And I put Justin, and they put George, and so they couldn't get my shit.
That's right. I'm your favorite best friend.
Yeah. All right. So the last two pieces or whatever were basically just our extra discussion. I don't really care to get into this next one because anybody that knows anything about computers and software or anything else knows that this shit's been going on. So there's...
Okay. I didn't read this article, but is this the article that's saying that Windows and all the OSs are malware?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I remember reading stuff about it. I didn't actually read this article.
Which is true, though.
I mean, it is, yeah. It's collecting information on you.
It's collecting information. It's shackling users from doing different things like Apple. And all that kind of stuff. So, like it says, Apple systems are malware too. Mac OS snoops and shackles. iOS snoops and shackles and censors apps and has a backdoor so the NSA can just walk in there and be like, give me your shit. Even Android contains malware and the non-free component of a backdoor or a remote forcible installation or deinstallation of any app on the service.
Yep. I completely agree with them.
But the one thing that does make me kind of crack up here is that he doesn't mention anything about Linux. And he is the guy that created GNU operating system in the 80s. So if people can get into a Windows system, a Mac system, an Android system, an iOS system, they can get into your Linux system, sir, and take anything they want as well. So get off your high horse, quit acting like Linux is like the best thing, end all be all fucking software.
That?
He doesn't mention Linux. He doesn't mention Linux anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's saying all OSs are.
But why didn't he say even my software has it?
Maybe he gave it up a long time ago. I don't know.
But he should still mention Linux. The major is what
ones.
I'm saying.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure
Linux
people
is the
like
third
this
major one.
Have agendas, so
right. That's what I'm saying.
Agenda, but
of course, that's what it is. It's pretty much it's written by the dude that created Linux. So anyway, but yeah, it's going into tons of stuff in this thing. Like I kept reading it for like ever, but I'm having a hard time remembering because just too much shit has been. Like this one here, it says Amazon's Kindle e-reader reports what page of what book is being read at any given time, plus all notes and underlining and highlighting the user enters. It shackles the user against sharing or even freely giving away or lending a book, and has an Orwellian backdoor for erasing books.
Yeah.
It's kind of bullshit, though. Like, I don't like how they're preventing users from sharing books. I guess it's kind of like us sharing games. Like, they just now started allowing us to share games.
That's the digital rights thing. It's hard for people to...
Back in the fucking Nintendo days, I could walk over and hand you a goddamn cartridge and you could play that fucking game to your heart's content. So why can't I do that now?
I think technically, that was still against the EULA, or whatever they call it. The user end agreement. Or licensing agreement.
But why?
Because it's their software. You're technically preventing them a sale. If I lend you that software, then you play it.
So what if I go over to my friend's house with my N64? Does my friend need to pay half of an N64 and half of the game that we're going to play and send it to Nintendo before he can play with me?
Nintendo says yes.
Actually, I don't know what. Then they probably shouldn't.
Corporate America says yes.
Then they probably shouldn't put 4 controller ports on this console system if you only want one person playing any game at any given time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there is some, variations of that,
exactly.
But
it's dumb.
I'm just saying it is dumb, but I think it's these user end agreements, and people are just so used to clicking accept, they don't read it, they don't understand it. That I mean, everything is like this. I mean, even if you think about it, Google's tracking your information.
Oh yeah,
unless you everything you type on Google. You know how it comes up the pre thing. It's sending that to the server. They're storing it. They're doing all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, anything that's like that. I mean, people don't understand how much information they give away. What's that?
I said, how do I use chloroform to knock my child out?
Yep.
Casey Anthony. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I knew this all along. I mean, and it even goes in to say that some of the actual antiviruses are some of like the worst.
Well, yeah, because they take files and then scan it and then report that back to the home base or whatever.
But they're just talking about like malware in general. Like it just fucks up your, because malware basically is just malicious software. So if it affects your user experience in any way, it's theoretically malware.
But it's positive. So that's still malware.
Negatively, maliciously is what I said. Well, malware, malicious software. So if it negatively affects the user experience in any way, it's malware.
Yeah, but then it's just your interpretation. Because you can say, oh, I like the predictive text from Google when I'm trying to search stuff. I think that's a beneficiary for me. But other people saying, oh, it's stealing your information. It's storing that information about you, blah, 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 blah. That's just your interpretation of it. And same with majority.
To an extent, yeah. So,
I mean, I can see on its very base level, it's malware, but is it really?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Taking it a bit far, but I agree with what he's saying. It is. I mean, people need to understand that it is. Or what
just like GPS stuff. Like people are like, oh, I use my GPS all the time or whatever, but then they go like 2 minutes later, they start talking about how they hate whenever, they hate companies that like, steal your data and like putting the geolocation tags, they'd remove that from all their pictures and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, how did you get to that location to take that picture? And they're like, oh, I use my GPS on my phone. They fucking know exactly where you're at.
Yeah,
like,
not even that. It's
like, how do you not know that? They're sending information to their servers and then reporting it back to your phone. So I mean, the GPS, it's using the GPS, but it's still monitoring everything that you're doing in that program. Yeah.
But it's just something, I think it was you that said
if you plugged a cable into the wall, they know everything about you already. So just give up.
But it's just like, I think it was Twitch we were talking about. How the ads come up on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that, and you'd be more inclined to watch it if it was stuff that you like. But then people don't want to send them information so they can base ads on what you like.
That's just it. I'm one of those people that gladly send my fucking information.
Yeah,
give me a video about a mouse or a keyboard or a motherboard or a GPU, but no, I get fucking Pampers and I get I haven't bought a fucking pack of diapers in 6 years. So why are you still sending me this shit? And then it's like, and like the whole Google reward thing or whatever, the survey things. It's like some people are like, oh, I wouldn't do that or whatever because they're just using that to find information. They know everything about me already. They probably know the last time I scratched my ass already. I mean, I post so much stuff out on social media. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I have absolutely nothing to hide. I am doing nothing illegal. I don't do anything crazy. I'm not trying to blow up anything, kill somebody, track people. I don't do any of that crap. So I am not worried about any of it. Don't care in the slightest.
It's just some people are overreacting to things like that. So that's the issue.
Hell, I'm even willing to bet that whenever, actually I'm almost 100% positive that even if it says HTTPS, there's somebody getting my data right there. I mean, it's common sense. That's what I'm saying. Well, supposedly they renegotiated the Patriot Act or whatever, and supposedly starting June 1st, the NSA is not going to be getting people's phone logs anymore.
Oh, phone logs. It's phones. No one uses phones anymore. It's all texts and emails and stuff like that.
Well, I'm sure texts probably fall in phone logs. It's just like your phone bill; it's all on there.
It's probably not written that way. Like if you,
it might not be, but they're still doing it.
Lawyer going about it. That's not.
They could come out
as soon as they get that little text saying, "Oh, this guy might be a terrorist," and they're like, oh, "Okay, I'll go get his phone records."
All right. Anybody in the government, if you tell me that you're a member of the government and you give me a speech telling me that you're not doing something, you're doing it. Sorry, I don't believe anything the government says.
Yep.
And that's not even tinfoil hat talking. That's just history repeats itself, man. So the last one we talked about that I put on here was just to finally shut everybody up because people just won't stop talking about it. And Microsoft finally came out and clarified that if you get the free upgrade in the first year to Windows 10 from 7 or 8 or 8.1, then there will be no sneaky charges, there will be no monthly charges, there will be no, okay, you got your free thing, but it only lasts a year, now you got to pay us. It's not going to be any of that. So if you do the free upgrade within the year of the free upgrade from 7 or 8.1 or 8 to 10, you're done. That's it. It's you're good. It's free and you have it.
It's good.
So
man, I got so many Windows 7 keys I gotta upgrade.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I mean I'm super stoked about it. I don't know, man. It's just
free stuff I'm good with, man.
I'm good with free stuff too, but I guess this kind of contradicts what I just got done saying, but like the keylogger shit, the keylogging that they're doing in the preview, the tech preview, they can say that they're going to remove it, but they're not. Somebody's going to find it. Somebody's going to find it in the code and call them out on it, and they're going to be like,
they'll just call it for, it's there for.
Oh, we left the coding text in there. Yeah, we left the coding in there on accident, and we have it. We're not using it, but it's just in there because we didn't want to take the time to take it out.
No, they'll just say it's for their predictive text or something like that.
But is keylogging really for predictive text though?
Yeah, because you type in, it logs what key you press, and then it puts it in their database.
That means every OS has keylogging then.
Yeah, there's keylogging capabilities in every OS. Just that's what I'm saying. Like every time you type into Google,
that's what I'm saying though. So why is everybody flipping out over it then?
Because people are overreacting for stupid shit that they do every day. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they're saying that they're actively keylogging and capturing everything that you're typing in. So everybody's freaking out saying that Windows 10 is the only one doing it, but 7's doing it, Google's doing it. That's how you get predictive text. It might not work in a game
or something like that, but it probably does. I mean, you tap shift a bunch of times.
Doesn't work in a game?
Sticky keys comes up. It's checking your keys.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, who cares if it's logging what you do in a game? I mean, all it's going to see for me is a shitload of WASD.
But people are just overreacting. I'm sure that because it's reporting it to the servers.
I think they're probably just doing it because it's fucking Windows and everybody's up Linux's dick. That's what I think it is, personally. Everybody's like hating on Windows like crazy.
Even though Microsoft is giving away Windows for free, and they're still the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just people.
Well, yeah, they're giving it away for free, but that's because they're going to try to get you with the freaking the Windows Store, Microsoft Store, and they're going to try to get you with keylogging.
Yeah,
it's always something.
It's some excuse.
Microsoft can't win regardless.
Bad. So, but yeah.
No, like I say, I always try and want, like I tell myself, like at least once a week, one day a week, I'm telling myself that I really want to try to switch to Linux, just to really learn it and get used to it and make that my main OS, and then only switch to Windows for games that require it, and that's it. But
that's too cumbersome.
It is.
To me, there's absolutely zero benefit for me going to Linux.
Because there's 5 million different versions, man. It's such a pain in the ass. If the Linux community would just calm the fuck down and work on one main version. Ubuntu's pretty main, and Linux Mint is pretty mainstream, but if they would really just spend a lot of their time and pour their heart and soul into one distribution to make it the Linux distribution, I think a lot more people would step into it.
But then someone would just commercialize it. You know what I'm saying?
But make it a rule that they can't, is what I'm saying. Just everybody's already doing it for free now. They're just doing it to 7 million different fucking distros. Do the same exact thing that you're doing right now, but to one.
Apple's doing it.
Doing what?
Turned a Linux distro into an OS that you pay for.
That's what I'm saying. But the main one, just because they did it doesn't mean these other guys do it. They don't do it now. So what would make them change?
People are greedy. Someone's going to do it. They'll take it.
If they haven't done it now, Ubuntu hasn't done it, and they've been doing it for fucking ever. Linux Mint hasn't done it, and they've been doing it for fucking ever.
It's not big enough.
It's huge, dude. Ubuntu's like the most installed Linux distro there is.
But it's still smaller than even Mac OS. You know what I'm saying?
Never
like,
mind.
I mean,
You're
it
arguing
is
just
big.
to argue. That's what you're doing. What
What's
my
that?
point is that if the guys that were already doing
I agree
coding,
completely. Like,
if they were
made more things plug and play and
Right.
stuff like that,
If you're
focused on
already
one
coding-
version, one OS,
Right.
I mean, one.
if you're already
What do they
making
call
the
it?
code that they're going to use in Mint, Ubuntu, Gentoo, Red Hat, whatever, if you're already writing the code for all of those, it's the same thing. All of those versions are free. Just put it into one and make it that the main focus. It'll still be a free OS. You're just the same code that you're already writing for free just goes to one. Not 50 million, just one. And then that's it.
One person will make their special flavor to be different, and it's segmented. It's Android. It's basically
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess. And that's the reason why I don't like open source, and it'll always be that way. I like open source, but I hate open source. I like open source because I believe that you should be able to modify it if you want to modify it. I don't like it when it's completely closed off like Apple. But at the same time, when you have it that open, everybody and their grandmother can make their version of it, and then it just becomes a pain in the ass. Nobody wants to switch to your shit because they don't know what to do. Like, seriously, you just go in and say, oh, what's the top 5 best Linux distros to start with? And the top 5 links that come up on Google, you click on them, there's going to be a different fucking list on every single link.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
But
nobody can get in it. Nobody can.
There's really no difference.
Sort
It's
of.
different flavor.
Sort of. I don't know when the last time, other than like Unix at work or whatever on the Sun machine, but like I don't know when the last time it is that you really played with Linux. But every single time I try to download a program, I mean Ubuntu has like their little store now. I guess it's a little bit easier.
There's difference. Like if it runs on Ubuntu, it won't run on Mint or whatever you were saying.
Sort of. I mean, it depends on if you're on like the GNOME or KDXE or KDCE or FDC, whatever it is. It's stupid. And that's the exact reason why it will never become mainstream. It will never be mainstream.
Zero reason other than experience, I guess, if you want to gain that for the workplace. There's absolutely zero reason to use Linux over Windows.
Well, my main reason is because
I don't have crashing, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
My Windows is stable
Mine would
enough,
be just
unless I'm overclocking or something. There's zero incentive for me to do that. I mean, because then I can just quickly play my games, do this, do that. So
I think my main thing is
the problem.
A lot of people just want to leave it because they don't want to be tied down by what a company wants them to do. Like Windows 10 or Microsoft is forcing, things on you with their OS that you don't want. Apple's doing the same thing. So then this way here it's open. I can make it mine. I don't fucking care. I just want the shit to be easy to use. If I want some power, power things or whatever, I can do that. If I want to be a power user, I can be a power user on Windows 10. I can make it do what I want, when I want. But at the same time, they make it how they want, and it works. I don't want to sit there and have to tinker and piddle around with my freaking OS all the goddamn time to make it work. I don't want to do that. I'm not that nerdy.
I see what you're saying, but it's like, what are you trying to make it? To me, I'd be making it like Windows, so why don't I just use Windows? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think that's what I'm saying. Like you're. Well, now that they're making Windows 10 free, that kind of throws that out the window. But a lot of people just don't want to pay for it.
I agree.
So Linux is good for cheap asses, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, in reality, let's just say, what are you paying? $100 every 2, 3, 4, 5 years? That's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it's
it works.
not a lot of money. Yeah, it works fine.
And
does
for
all my
me,
games, does everything I need to do.
I don't remember how I got Windows 7. Did I get that Windows 7 key from you? I think I actually bought my first copy of Windows 7.
Maybe. But I know I've given you some. Cause I've had a million of them.
Because I'm pretty sure I had Windows 7 before you got TechNet. Because I was on the release candidate, I believe.
Yeah. I think I bought TechNet directly for Windows 7.
And so I had Windows 7 from that.
Do all that stuff.
moving to 8.1 cost me $15. That was only $15 because I got the $15 upgrade deal. And going from 8.1 or 8 to 8.1 was free, and then going from 8.1 to 10 will be free.
Free. Yeah.
So I don't see what the big deal is. I'm not paying.
Most people don't do the TechNet thing. But
well, no, but still,
I've spent a lot of money on tech, or not even a lot of money on TechNet. I've probably spent $500 on TechNet, so I gave Microsoft $500, but I got so much software for it.
Dude, yeah, you did. You made out like a freaking bandit for that money.
20 versions of Windows, or 20 versions of Windows 7, 10 or 15 offices. You know, I got a bunch
of different Windows servers.
Yeah, the Windows servers, the home servers. I got email servers that I wanted to try to do eventually, but never did.
Yeah,
you know, so.
Oh well.
And in reality, I didn't feel bad giving Microsoft my money because I pirated the software for so long. Because I was poor, like Windows XP and Windows. I didn't use Vista.
Oh, careful.
But Windows XP and what was the version?
You want to tell Justin bye?
98. I didn't use the ME, but
just tell bye. He can hear you.
Bye.
Bye, Cameron.
Good night, Bubba. Hey, can you shut the door, please?
But yeah, I immediately pirated those.
I want to be done here in a minute.
I couldn't afford Windows, so
yeah.
It's kind of my repayment back to Microsoft to give them all that money, but I feel like it was still a good deal because I got.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. For some strange reason, I just feel like I need to learn Linux just because I need to learn Linux.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't feel
fine.
like a computer person without learning it, and that's kind of what I was doing with. I don't know if you saw my Facebook post the other night or last night or whatever, asking if anybody had an older iPhone like 5S.
Yeah.
That I could use because I wanted to unlock it and use it for like a month, like strictly use an iPhone for a solid month. Because an AT&T iPhone you can unlock and use on T-Mobile, no problem.
Yeah.
And LTE and everything will work. But I want to use it for a solid month, toss my Android phone aside or whatever, and just use it for a full month just to see if I really hate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you right now.
Actually end up liking it. I
coming
already
from
know
Android,
just from playing with people's phones
biggest
asking me to
thing
fix it is I hate the launcher. The lack of launcher on the iPhone is the one thing that fucking kills me.
That's annoying, but
I can't do it, dude. Drives me
The
nuts.
deal breaker is the lack of a back button. I'm so accustomed to using a back button. Having to find it on the screen or whatever is just annoying to me on an Apple device. It's that's a deal breaker for me. I cannot use an iPhone because it does not have
you
a
probably
back
wouldn't
button.
like any of the new Android stuff either because it has back buttons, but it's all on the screen. It's not a hardware back button.
Well, I mean, it's a solid button. It's one spot every single time. It's almost hard.
That's kind of how the iPhone is, though.
No, yeah, they move around. It does. It's.
Well,
I'm so
most
used to
people
using
just
a
hit the
back
home button. That's why.
Well, you click the home button, it goes back to the home screen. You got
Well, yeah.
the app.
Yeah, because
So
people
if you-
don't
say
need
you're
to go back.
doing
I guess.
something and you just want to go back a page or whatever. Oh, you just hit the back button on what's it called?
Well, I think for that, it's in the browser, and the browser's up at the top, just like you would be on
Yeah,
a
but
browser
it
on your
changes.
computer.
I mean, I'm just so used to the Android back button
Oh,
that
I don't know.
it kills me using iOS.
I haven't gone through an iPhone. That's what I'm saying. I haven't gone through an iPhone enough to notice that back buttons change all over the place. Because if it does, that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure that they were in the same location
very
all the
limited
time.
use that I had, and then my dad, he had the iPhone for work, and he said that was his biggest complaint too. He absolutely hated that the back button. He didn't have a back
I would
button.
think that they would have fixed it with the new one, though. I don't see how people have not complained about that.
Yeah, I think if you just start on that, you're used to it.
You're used to
that.
hunting for a fucking back button on every freaking app?
It might not be hunting, but it's I don't know, you get used to it, so it's easy to use.
It just seems to me like if you're like known for like user friendly and good UI that's easy to follow, that your buttons would be in the same location all the time.
Yeah, but
I gotta look this up because I don't believe you.
It's hard to explain, but
what's the newest version of iOS?
What?
What's the newest iOS? 8?
I don't know.
iOS 8 back buttons. I just find it hard to believe that it moves around. It's got to be.
Depends on the app.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe that because Apple,
app
if you don't make your app every other Apple app, then Apple doesn't allow it to be in your app store. That's how fucking asshole they are. Your app has to pretty much look like everybody else's, otherwise they don't allow it. There we go. That's exactly what we're talking about. Oh, fuck you, Forbes. Get out of here. Let me see. What is it? Control F? Yeah. Back. Worse still, the issue will be hard for Apple to fix. Either iOS needs a major reshuffle to somehow switch its top corner focused controls to a more reachable location, or Apple has to address it in hardware. A dedicated back button. Damn it. A dedicated back button would make sense in the wasted real estate either side of the home button. But it seems unlikely Apple would want to A, compromise the iPhone's aesthetic, or B, give rivals limitless ammunition, especially in court. So if they put a dedicated back button, they're thinking that Samsung and HTC and Android will... And that's kind of bullshit I hate too. If they added a freaking hard or dedicated back button, even if it was freaking capacitive or not capacitive or whatever, and Samsung or somebody else freaking tried to like sue them for copying their phone, I would fucking hate Samsung and I would talk shit about Android too, because that is so stupid. You're going to freaking try to sue somebody over that kind of crap? It's just dumb.
Samsung probably would, just to get back of them for saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Just like when,
like the iPhone
just like whenever the iPhone was suing people for the fucking rounded corner things. It's a goddamn phone. You can't... I don't know, whatever.
I can see, because the...
But think about if the person that designed and
Galaxy
made...
S2 did look a lot like the old iPhones. I can kind of give them that. They did design it to look like that, but...
How many people left their iPhone to go to the Galaxy S2 just because it looked like an Apple phone?
Yeah.
Nobody. So...
I'm sure there was some,
I
but
doubt
there was
it.
also other people.
I don't think a single person went because they want Apple. They want Apple, so they stayed Apple. But, like, think about if the person that designed and came up with the very first steering wheel, and he... What do they call that? Not copyrighted. What do they call that? What is it for that? Patented. And he patented a circle steering wheel. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine how retarded that is?
Thing is there are things like that.
So Toyota would have to have a triangle circle of steering wheel, and Hyundai would have to have a square one, and maybe Lexus, or not Lexus, but maybe Ford would have an octagon one. It's like, are you serious?
I remember reading stuff about this.
You shouldn't be allowed to patent
the phones.
Geometry. You shouldn't be allowed to patent geometry. Yeah. Plain and simple.
There are a lot of patents like that, though.
I know there are, and they're all stupid.
The thing is there's more licensing in the car industry. Like, they will license their patent out to another company to allow them to use this technology or this thing.
And again, like if it's software or a type of a transmission, or a way that like a piston was created differently, like the Hemi with this, the freaking whatever the hell it was, I can't even remember what the Hemi thing is, a spherical head or whatever. Yeah, then by all means, you fucking crafted something amazing. Making a circle steering wheel or making rounded edges on a phone, it's not that cool. It's not that great of a thing. It's something that everybody's going to do because a rounded freaking edge slides in and out of your pocket a lot easier than a hard right-hand corner.
That was stupid for Apple to do.
And that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, I mean, and I would, and people are like, "Oh, you're only hating on them because it's Apple." No, if Google did that about the Nexus thing, this freaking thing down here. I mean, I can see if like the back button on this, on Lollipop, the back button is a fucking triangle, the home button's a circle, and the recent apps or whatever is a square. If they copied those exact freaking icons in the exact facing way of the triangle facing that way or whatever, then by all means, get your panties in a wad, because you're copying exactly. But if you just put a capacitive or non-capacitive, it could be on the touch screen, and it's a dedicated back button down to the left-hand side of the home button, who gives a shit? Why would you try to sue somebody over that? I don't get it. I don't understand what their thinking is.
Yeah. That's Apple on that one.
Every shoe has eyelets. Every shoe has shoelaces. Every shoe has a fucking tongue. You don't see somebody suing because their logo's on a tongue and their logo's on a tongue. Nobody gives a shit. They just make their shoe look a little bit different and a little bit cooler each year, and that's it. I just don't understand the whole technology thing with them battling over whose looks what and all that crap. Just seems stupid. Yep. But anyway.
Indeed. I think that about does it for today's show.
Yeah. A lot of ranting on this this episode, but it was good. 2 hours long. That's been a highlight of a lot of our episodes. But it's good, though. That's what we want. We don't want to just read off the articles and be like, good night.
Exactly.
So, end up actually giving out way more information than we would have if we just read our notes. So, we did.
You could call it information, or you could call it bias, or just.
It's not biased though.
I'm just saying. It's just.
We bitched about Android. We bitched about Apple. We bitched about Microsoft.
Stuff like that.
I think we pretty much dogged like every manufacturer though, in some way.
No. We didn't.
We dogged on Microsoft. We dogged on Android. We dogged on iOS and Apple.
So.
Dogged on Samsung.
Didn't dog on what was that company? Charter.
Charter sucks dick. There you go. I dogged on them. Cable companies in general suck dick.
Yeah, they charge way too much for it.
What was the other thing? Oh, SpaceX. Elon Musk.
Another article?
No. SpaceX, I read about it at lunch today. Apparently SpaceX, who I guess SpaceX is owned and operated by Elon Musk, which is Tesla, obviously. And I guess they got the official okay to start doing government satellites in their rockets.
Sweet. So
all like the rockets or whatever they're launching through SpaceX, they're going to be allowed to start doing... they got the okay to start doing contracts for the government now, which was a pretty big deal apparently, because they've been working on it for like the last 2 or 3 years trying to prove themselves, and they did it. So that's awesome.
That's good.
I think Elon Musk is going to take over the world, to be honest. Dude,
one battery at a time.
What if Elon Musk was the inventor of Skynet?
That's Google though. Google's 100% Skynet.
You think so?
100% Skynet.
Okay, well, let's say Google would be the head of Skynet. Walmart would be our only source of food. And Elon Musk would be the only source of energy.
Sounds like shit.
Energy bills $8,000 a month, and food is $100 for a dozen eggs.
It's Taco Bell in what's that movie? Oh man,
Idiocracy.
No. With Sly, Stallone, Sandra Bullock. It's the only man.
Judge Dredd?
Yeah, I think so.
It's the only futuristic one I know that Sylvester Stallone's in.
Yeah. It had to be that one. Who 3 seashells and all that other stuff. No, because it was everything.
Who's
was
the chick in it that you said though?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock's in that movie? I don't think that's the right movie.
Pretty sure it's... Oh, man.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
No, she's not in Sandra Bullock. Or Sandra Bullock's not in there.
No. Okay, then it's the wrong movie I'm thinking of.
Diane
What's
Lane.
The one? No. It has Wesley Snipes.
Oh, Oh,
was that?
God, what was that? Wesley Snipes. And was it Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
I know the movie you're talking about. Demolition Man.
That's what it was.
Demolition Man. Hell yes.
Yeah.
1993, baby. I was 10 years old.
Indeed.
Wow. I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything was Taco Bell and like Pepsi or some shit like that.
I don't know about Pepsi, but I remember
it was either Pepsi or Coke. There was like Coke and Pepsi sign, and there were one or the other, like everywhere.
Watered everything with Gatorade and Costco. Oh man, good movies.
Yeah, I'd rather Costco take over the world than Walmart, though. Costco's pretty badass, I have to admit. I don't know if you've ever shopped at a Costco before.
No,
yeah,
I don't hear bad things about them in the press. So
really, oh, you don't hear any bad things about them in the press, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're the ones that like just
actually pay their employees. And
they like just like gave all their employees like a $3 raise one day because Walmart was being douchebags. So they're like, oh, here's a $3 raise for everybody at Costco, and everybody's like, yay! And they didn't take it back. They're still making money.
Sweet.
And they make way less money than Walmart does. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Oh god, that
I don't know.
Is so ugly.
Really, you don't like that?
No, I fucking hate metal-looking phones. That's the one reason why I didn't do the M9 or M8.
Yeah, I always liked the.
I want a black phone. I just want it to be sleek and stealth. Yeah. That's what I love about this phone. People comment on this phone all the time, still to this day. Cheap. Still to this day, people are like, "What is that?" I'm like, "No, it's a Nexus 5." Like, what's that? And I'm like, "Oh, it's the Google flagship phone from like 2 years ago."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What?" They're like, "Man, that thing looks so sleek and sexy." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I bought it."
Dude. Hopefully the new ones are just as
good. But I don't like how they only have a picture of the Hawaii.
Huh? I thought it was in June.
Yeah, Google I/O, baby. Oops, not Minecraft Wiki. Google I/O.
So hopefully they announce some good stuff like Nexuses.
Hell yeah, Nexi. Here it is.
Nexuses?
Nexuses. I'll go ahead and sign in. Yeah, whatever. All right, so 14 hours, 22 minutes, and 16 seconds.
Sweet.
And here's the live schedule. The keynote starts at 9 a.m. their time. Mm-hmm. So let me do my schedule because I think that puts it in my time automatically. Yep, it does. So keynote is at 12:30 is what it says. And they're going to have like a live feed right from this website. So I'll probably just do live feed on this and then cast it to my Chromecast and watch it out there in the living rooms.
Oh, yeah.
But, let's see. Browse events. Look at all this shit.
Yeah. All the other stuff is just, that's all you need to watch is the keynotes.
Yeah, the keynote is the big one. But
just developer stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly all, the rest of it's all developer stuff. But some of it's kind of cool to watch just to see what they do.
Yeah.
But like, and then the next day, or at 4 p.m. or whatever, they're going to talk about like all the gaming and all that junk, which I hate gaming on cell phones.
Mobile gaming.
Mobile gaming is dumb.
It's big market though.
Yep. Apps installing channels on TVs, designing for driving. I did see a thing. Somebody, I don't remember who it was. Somebody big was doing like a full hands-on preview with the first like Google Auto car.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it was Linus. Maybe it was Linus. I know they went over to Germany and did the first
piecing
BMW.
together snips of articles I've heard. There was, I don't remember where I read this, but I don't know if someone actually said this or I'm just piecing it together. I remember seeing Uber trying to get $1 billion line of credit, and then someone was saying, I think someone said they're gonna go buy a bunch of Google cars. I just thought it was funny. Because then what do you do? Sit on your cell phone and tell the car because no one's driving where to go?
I'm not going to
It's just weird. But it would be cool.
Uber seeking $1 billion credit line from banks.
I mean, why would you need that much capital unless you're going to buy like Google cars? I'm just kidding, but See, I'm telling you, they're gonna have self-driving cars, Google Skynet, man. They're gonna have self-driving helicopters, and they'll start attacking people, and GG.
Wait, Uber tried to buy Nokia? Digital mapping service?
Interesting.
It says the report comes just days after the San Francisco-based company made a $3 billion offer to buy Nokia's digital mapping service, which is called Here, I guess, which is seen as the main competitor to Google Maps. So, okay, so Nokia's digital mapping service called Here, which neither one of us have ever heard of, is the main competitor to Google Maps. So Apple Maps isn't even mentioned.
Well, I bet you any money it's like
God.
Nokia. I mean, Apple probably licensed it from Nokia or something like that.
Even Bing apps, or Maps or whatever. That's crazy. That a company or a mapping service that I've never even heard of is the main competitor to Google Maps.
It might be like secret stuff, though,
or maybe it's a digital mapping service that Apple Maps uses.
Yeah, that's one
or
thing.
Windows or Bing's Maps uses, because I know.
And then,
isn't Microsoft trying to buy Nokia, or doesn't Microsoft own Nokia now, or something like that?
I think so.
I think they were like.
Or they're like own a lot of those shares or something.
Uber close to one another.
Indeed.
Yeah. Why would you need $1 billion line of credit?
Doing something crazy. Doing something Uber.
Probably trying to start their. They're using. They're probably going to use that $1 billion credit line to get their freaking stupid Uber pot business going.
Yeah. Or they're just going to buy a bunch of Google cars, so you can call up a Google car and drives you around with no one driving.
So yeah, I will definitely be watching the keynote.
Hopefully
tomorrow.
Nexus 5s for
$450. They're expecting like a Fandroid and Android Authority and all them are. I guess they have. It's speculation and rumor, but sources or whatever that's pretty good saying that they're 99% sure that they're going to announce Android M, of course, and they're also I think they said they gave their rumor level 7 out of 10 or whatever that they were going to announce the Nexus 5s.
As long as they're cheap, that's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
And I know they won't be, but
if the new LG Nexus 5,
it was $350 again. Oh my god,
dude! If it was $350 again, it'll sell like hotcakes, man.
That's what.
But it won't be.
They thought about. That's what they thought about the Nexus 5, and I don't think it sold like hotcakes.
What, the $350 Nexus 5? Dude, it was the highest selling Nexus phone.
Yeah, but I don't think it is even close to Samsung.
Oh no, it never will be.
That's what I'm saying.
But still, it made more sales for Google than any other phones ever made.
Oh yeah, I completely. I hope they do it again because it's affordable.
But they won't.
I could afford it, but
I wonder how much money they lost on that phone.
Probably not a lot. To be honest, I mean, the hardware cost of the phone was probably real close to what they were selling it for. Maybe $100 cheaper. They're making $50 to $100 in each phone. Yeah, it's not the 200, 300% markup that the other competitors are making.
That's so sickening, though.
It's the same thing Google
I don't know
does
how
for,
people are okay
like,
with that, dude. I just don't get it. I just really wish that consumers would stop being so fucking retarded.
You can say the same thing about internet, but we're paying just as much as people pay for Google Fiber.
But that's because we're fucked. We don't have any other options.
Option. Yeah,
that's way different. That's not even the same thing.
But it's almost the same.
But like, if
because what are you gonna have? You gonna have this crappy phone or like a good phone? They make it so easy for people.
An S6 is not $500 better than this phone. I'm sorry, it's not.
Nope.
And this was $350.
I agree completely, man.
I just don't understand how people do it, dude. It's like they know for a fact. Well, maybe they don't know, but most people know that phone did not cost them $500-$600 to make.
Thing is people so long have had it rolled into their contract kind of thing that they don't realize it, and then you get. It's like, I don't know.
Oh,
they've gotten so used to it; it's become the norm.
That's sad. I mean, I know we pay a lot, or I paid a lot for my computer stuff. It's marked up. It doesn't cost them that much to make it or whatever, but
you'd be surprised.
I don't do it as often as a phone, though. I mean, it's just, oh my god, it's like 3 times what the actual cost of the phone was is what you're paying for it. So it's like, why would you do that?
Yep.
And by like the freaking boatloads of people just waiting in freaking line like for days before it comes out.
Those are crazy people. Those don't count.
But they do count because they're the ones that are causing all this.
Oh.
No?
Yeah.
People waiting a week before a phone comes out to pay that much for it are the reason why they're keeping it as much as there is. It's
everyone else that buys it. Because if there's just those crazy people that did it and no one else bought the phone, it'd be cheaper.
There's 1 million people that are waiting outside of places all across America. Easy. You don't think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet money on that.
The Apple Store in New York City had 75,000 people out in front of it alone.
That's a lie.
Okay.
Well, even 75,000 people, that's not a lot.
And that's one city. That's one store.
That's New York City.
That's one store, though. You got California, you got Texas, you got Georgia, you got here. There was a lot of people that were waiting in line on day one.
I bet you there's a lot of people that wait in line, but there's a difference between waiting in line days and then waiting in line. Well, I wouldn't even wait in line, to be honest. I don't know why people do.
No, I just buy it online.
Yeah, but I mean, even if, like, it came out that day and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go buy the phone. I wouldn't wait in line to go buy a phone. Like, if the line was more than like 5-10 minutes,
I wouldn't wait in line to buy anything.
Even like 30 minutes. That's the absolute maximum, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm huge on computers. I'm huge on like a lot of different things, but none of the things that I'm really big on, I would wait in line for. I would never camp for anything. I mean, maybe if they guaranteed me that like, I could get, if I could get like if they told me that I could, if they guaranteed, if you go and camp out in front of this building or this store or whatever for 2 weeks, you'll get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 2-car garage or whatever for $10,000. Yeah, I'd camp for that.
Everyone would do that, though.
That's what I'm saying. It would have to be the most astronomical deal on the planet, and nothing that they can offer me is worth.
What about if you went camped out?
Hit me with anything. Let's go.
3 days.
3 days.
3 days. You can get a Titan X for the same price as $980.
Nope.
Think about this, though. That's a deal. Wait 3 days, you get the Titan X, and sell it and make $500 profit. That's what,
still wouldn't do it.
$70 a day?
Because you gotta
it's not great money, but it's not horrible.
You gotta factor in taking off work as well.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean,
and that's what I'm saying. I have to calculate all that into it because I'm not retarded like some of these other people. They don't factor in any of this.
But that's almost worth it. I mean, $170 a day is close to paying for work. Well, pay for work.
So then I'm breaking even, so I might as well not even have done it. I wouldn't do it.
I don't know. No, I wouldn't do it either, but it's tempting. It's tempting. I wouldn't do it, though. But the thing is,
it made me think for about 10 seconds, but then I realized that I'm a responsible fucking person, and I'm not going to do that.
Well, I thought about it, not just to get the item. I thought it to make money. That's immediately what I thought about. Just like camping out to buy a house. Actually, I might keep the house, but
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing
Well, yeah,
about
there would
how-
be like some stipulation where you can't already own a house
or sell the house.
or sell the house for at least a year.
What about 10 years?
10 years is a little long.
And you can't. You have to. That has to be your primary residence for 10 years.
It has to be my primary residence for 10 years, and I can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house and a 2-car garage. It can be done pretty cheap nowadays. So
Yeah, just say $150,000 house.
$150,000 house for 10 grand,
But you're locked there for 10
but
years.
I'm locked there for 10 years. Where is it?
Where you live.
Where I live now? Like right here? No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
I don't know, man.
Your primary residence, I would have to stay in this shithole for 10 more years. Couldn't do it. Dude, think about it. I'd be 42.
But think about it.
That would
Think about
suck.
this. Okay, think about this. Your
Oh,
jobs
God,
or
that
whatever,
would
it
suck.
sucks. But you have no mortgage. You basically live rent free. That means you could start a business.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
make
Yeah, I would
a
do
very
it.
little bit. See,
I
when you
would
think
do
about
it.
it like that, you could probably do it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you have a $150,000 house in 10 years for investing 10 years.
Which might be worth more than that depending on if the market comes back.
Yeah, even if it's $150,000.
It's still 150 grand that I got, so I made $140,000 just
It's
by
15
suffering
a year?
for 10 years.
Yeah, for 15 years, 10 years, you made $15,000.
Plus, so you would have made the 140 grand plus whatever you weren't paying on a mortgage payment every single month for those 10 years.
So it wouldn't be like you're stuck at your current job. You can start a business, and who knows, that business might
Oh my
go
god.
crazy. Or you just keep doing this, and even though
I know.
we only make 4 cents off of our 3 YouTube subscribers, you could
11, man. 11. Yeah.
But yeah,
It's definitely not going
the
anywhere.
options that opens up would be ridiculous. So
I was,
definitely
you know what?
worth it no matter how you cut it, unless it's like you live in a shithole.
You know what I was
But
almost thinking
exactly
about
where
doing?
you are now
Let
would
me
be
see.
worth it 100%.
How much is that thing? I gotta see. I was almost thinking about doing it, but let me see. Earn effect. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, Dan, sitting here thinking about camping out, doing stupid stuff. What
I know.
are you doing?
It's awesome. Oh, that's a cool little thing. I didn't know they made stuff like that too. Shit. I don't know.
All right, I think that's a good place to end, though.
Yeah.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
2 hours and 21 minutes. All right,
A
so
bit longer than we kind of want.
YouTube people that weren't watching live, please like and subscribe. You know, it's over there. Yeah, they were there. Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, YouTube. It's all Tektopia TV. Nice and easy.
Should do a Twitch thing on there too for Twitch
Oh yeah, I should.
/ or it's twitch.tv/TektopiaTV. That's where we're live every Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern time.
It's in the description, so that's the reason why I don't really put it on here.
Yeah, but you on YouTube and you say YouTube.
Yeah. So yeah, you can, you know. So if you're on YouTube or whatever, just like and subscribe, and comment and
Thumbs up. You didn't like it? I guess thumbs down.
let us know what other things you want us to, you know, discuss or talk about, or any other ideas that you could give us, and we will see if we can work them in. So thanks for watching the video, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.